live. I
In New
hope.
York, it's Saturday light.
Saturday night.
Saturday light.
light.
Oh, I mean, I'd rather have light than heavy.
Yeah.
Hopefully this goes better than the committee meeting I was attending earlier that they had to repeat because they forgot to turn on the microphone.
Oh, and we are live.
Here's a preview of my real life.
We're going to start in our usual manner of introductions. First, we have Blackheart as.
Carrick Marshk.
We have Kronos as.
Shucks on Road Scala.
We have Hatton as.
Tilde.
We have Sammy as.
Gifton.
We have Tobias as.
Caspia Steelshod.
We have me, Yuri, your friendly DM. Unfortunately, we are down a player this week. Corvus's real life has called to him. Pitiful, I know.
Murdered.
Who would like to give the recap?
I didn't really get a card last week.
Oh,
so
good.
I could do it. I could do it.
I tell you, you can have another. You can do it for heroic. Whoever does it gets a heroic.
Oh, okay. Does anybody want to fight for a heroic then?
That's yours.
Right, so I guess I'm doing
but
it.
all I can say is like Prince's party happened. That's the best I've got on me.
All right. Well, best I've got on me is it's the next morning. People did all their preps, did that. We went in we did all that. Then we came back from meeting with the gods. We were in the thing with the Vardo. We took the Vardo into the Feywild. We took the Vardo from the Feywild at the beginning of last session. Or we didn't take the Vardo from there. We took the box, buried it in a hole in the Feywild, left the Vardo in the Feywild after going through more of its traps because apparently original Corvus is a dick, and just left lots and lots of traps in there. Lots of people triggered traps. Cassie ended up getting powder poisoned, jumped into the river of rejuvenation, and lost a bunch of her years. We eventually had Gifton plane shift everybody back to Wyndon, where we split off into various groups after a little bit of Gifton kind of getting in Cassie's face and having a slap fight with her. Cassie and Tilde went off to the bank, handled bank matters for Cassie. Cassie was swept up under Tilde's arm as Tilde explained that this is Cassiopeia's daughter after Cassie failed to impress upon the person that she was Cassiopeia's Steelshod. The banker went, oh yeah, the daughter, sure, and then gave her the money. I recognized her, did the thing. Tilde continued kind of traveling with her. Gifton and Corvus went off to settle matters with Harcount, but Gifton, realizing Harcount would be asleep, had written a letter, delivered it to the butler there, did that. Cassie ended up going off to go see Millie, the baker, and invited Millie to go to the princess party. Carrick handled what did Carrick handled some stuff at back in Beacon, didn't he?
Fancy.
Yeah. You went and bought the fancy plate stuff, but I thought you went through to Beacon for something.
No, because we all came to Winding because we just went one place.
Yeah, I thought you went through the door at some point. I might be confused. Somebody went through the door at some point. I know that
because we sent him back.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Corvus went back. That's my apologies, Blackheart. I mistook you for Corvus. So I'm sorry.
See people.
I'm sorry. You all look alike to me. So Carrick went and bought stuff to stock up Raziel's house because he had bread and eggs, but that wasn't enough for what Carrick wanted to make for meals.
Those eggs were even good anymore.
Carrick went and got food and fancy plates, really nice plates. Brought them back to Raz's house and pressed Raz. Corvus went back to Beacon for a bit. Spoke with Care. Accidentally had one of Gifton's children hitchhike back with him. Then we Cinderella'd the hell out of Millie as a group. And we made her have the most magical time ever as we got her ready to go to the princess party. We had a lot of talking with Raziel about what possibly he could do, helping with the group and doing things like that. The group minus Raziel and Louis Sois went to the princess party. Louis Sois was mysteriously asked to help do something with Raziel as we left. We went to the princess party. Telday schmoozed around, met some nice people. He got to talk to the ambassador. He got to go play in the music. Gifton got to talk to the ambassador to the Fae as well, go do the music. There was an awkward conversation between Telday and Corvus about Corvus's intentions towards Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia got swept up with our dear General Stenhouse, got to go meet a whole bunch of really nice soldiers and really nice soldiers' wives, and basically was just having a grand time with Stenhouse, and Stenhouse was just so overjoyed that she was back and alive, and he didn't really care what the circumstances were. She was back, and Stenhouse was happy about that. Carrick kind of was schmoozing a little bit. He got to talk to the ambassador du Saint-Pierre of Noran. Du Saint-Pierre whispered softly nothings to Carrick of I have had a anonymous tip of who you are, and explained that he had gotten a sample of Carrick's blood and letters of information about Carrick's possible ties to the Noranese monarchy. Shaxan kind of was with, I believe, Carrick through most of that, except for that last bit.
Yep.
And I think that's mostly what we all did.
He
And
was still present for that part.
Huh?
He was still present for that part. Carrick and I haven't split up.
No, that was Carrick pulled off.
They were dancing together. I don't think you were in on
okay.
you weren't in that.
I didn't
dance.
remember if I was the dancing part.
No, I think you were in. You weren't in on that particular part because Carrick was literally being danced to and whispered into the ear because that. But I believe Shaxan was kind of mostly still just hanging around with Carrick. Otherwise, Corvus was being a grumpy monkey, as I recall. And I don't think he really went off to go talk to anybody. He was kind of hanging around in the corner, ready to fling some shit at somebody that would look at him wrong.
He was briefly in conversation with Telday, and
I remember. Yeah. I said, I know that they were in conversation together when the ambassador of the Fae was there, but I don't think he was there for any other ambassador conversations with you. Because I think after that you went off to go do music or try to find a guitar or something like that, and he just sat there kind of going, "I hate my friends," and that was kind of Corvus. And I think that's pretty much where we left off, as we were all just kind of looking around for the capes and doing stuff at the party, and that was it.
Right. Okay.
And as we quit, the capes literally just showed up.
Right. Go ahead and take a heroic inspiration.
Oh my god! I hope it's not a play immediately.
Is it a play immediately?
I'm going to point out capes just
It's experience.
The rest of us don't understand showing up late.
Is it actually the XP one?
No.
Would have been ridiculous.
Okay. Yes, indeed. I believe Gifton and Telday are still playing music.
Yeah.
I would have bowed out at some point because I want to go dancing. So
you want to go dancing? Okay.
Bit, yeah.
Right, and Telday's still playing music with the Gnomish band. Gifton, anyone in particular you wanted to dance with? Your husband, perhaps?
If he would. I know him and Dingus are kind of happy with that food table.
No, if you come over to him, he will actually take your hand and lead you out onto the dance floor without being prompted.
Oh, good. Oh, nice. All right, well then I have a dance partner.
This boy's been practicing.
Wow. Really?
You don't know when?
Huh.
You can actually hear him counting steps under his breath. But he has been practicing.
Oh, Gifton's emotionally moved.
Just wait until Dingus.
No, you keep hearing little meeps, and it seems you hopefully he's going directly to you, Gifton, but you should just keep getting these little mental suppression of clumsy, bad.
I'm going to take Dingus out for a dance as well.
Okay, Dingus was
the question, was that being directed at Gifted?
At Gifted. No. It's definitely looking at Care. All right.
I'll do that a little bit.
But as you're sort of finishing up with Dance of Gift, and then the rest of you is milling about, just relaxing, enjoying the festivities. Corvus seems to have slipped out, to no surprise. When the Capays enter, you see Kalan there with his wife for once.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've had the pleasure.
I was actually about to ask that. Have we met his wife?
Malara, I don't think you guys have met Malara.
No.
Well, there is a woman at his arm.
His wife,
but you can see where Merlina gets most of her features from pretty immediately.
This is Melina's older sister, as far as I'm concerned.
Scandalous.
And sort of coming in after him in nice clothes, but not exactly the most fancily dressed. More dishevelled nobility is Lucian.
I need to make him outfits.
No, just need to teach him to dress himself.
And yeah, they enter the room. You can see Kalan, if he catches any of your eyes, gives you a sort of acknowledging nod, but seems to be doing his noble duties of actually, I should be talking to these people because my standing says I should. So him and Malara are making the circuits. Lucian, however, is going to immediately spot let's see who he spots first. We're going to go down the list.
Could you type his wife's name, by the way?
Yes, indeed.
Thank you. Thank you.
You have no idea how long that's been sitting in my notes.
It's actually in my notes.
Is it in your notes?
We've just never met her.
Okay, those are far enough pages back.
He is going to.
Yeah, I think she had been referenced at
That
some point. At least.
is 1, 2 down. Jackson. That doesn't make sense.
I was gonna say that would be way funnier because I don't know him from a hole in the ground.
I've heard these stories about the Dragonborn. That must be him, Red Over.
Holy shit, it's a Dragonborn.
We're gonna grab Carrick.
Okay.
Yeah, he's immediately making his way over to you, Carrick, with a sort of big grin on his face.
Oh, no. Oh, no, I was the one that didn't send him. Guess is sending to him, so.
And as he comes over, he's like, "So, I hear you need the services of a fantastic mage."
Yes, we do. It's good to see you again.
Oh, it's grand to see you all as well. Lovely shindig going on here, but more importantly, I know you need me, and I am happy to help.
Yes.
Is there going to be grand fortunes to find?
He's such a great character. I can't do that with a straight face. Sorry. It's a little.
I will note, I think I'm on a watch list after the last time I helped you, so it might be a little difficult, but I'm sure we can figure it out.
It is actually a little closer to home, so to speak. Well, closer to home for us than on your end, I guess. We need some magical assistance with a item that we have learned to create.
So, not an adventure.
Not exactly. But
don't break his heart.
we have an airship now, so we will have to take you on an adventure soon.
That could be my payment.
Okay. Carrick's not going to argue that. Carrick would do this with them, so.
And then it's times like this, I wish you guys could see me. And he sort of claps his hands together and points at you when he says that. I realised I did that and did not describe that happening.
Welcome to my life. I do that much stuff too.
So,
That's why.
What is it? Some magic sword? Or, I know, an impenetrable suit of armour.
It is actually going to be used, possibly, to create an impenetrable suit of armor.
A magic anvil?
A forge, actually.
A forge? Oh, okay. This is so unusual.
Very unusual. It, among other things, it uses a thread of time.
I'm not the best with metaphors.
It is not actually a metaphor. It is actually a thread from a sphinx.
Ooh, okay.
I thought that might interest you. It was a little excursion that we had to.
Didn't think those were actually real.
Oh, very much so.
No,
About
Avengers have been searching for those for, hundreds of years.
Yes, they kind of exist in their own, almost. Actually, I guess I understand planes and stuff. Their own separate world, almost.
Cheating.
Kind of. Time, wild time magic, so to speak.
Well, being the foremost expert on time magic, I will be happy to assist with such endeavors. I don't know anything about it.
Given they're both and the that's definitively not true.
But
No,
Saxon, you are able to wander back over to these two if you're so pleased. Now Carrick's done with his glancing about with people.
Think about.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't call it anything else.
He's got really nothing better to do.
Lucian, have you met Jackson?
Don't believe we have met.
Definitely have not.
Lucian Capet. This is Jackson Rogue Tongue's doing it again, Gabe Player. Rhodes Scala. He is one of our more recent companions.
A pleasure to meet you. And he'll reach a hand out to you.
Jax will reach a hand as well and shake his good as well.
Hexenreich accent.
Did he robot for you?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
I'm just used to it.
I've been having net issues today, so.
A bit typecasting, but you're a man of magical means, then, I'd imagine?
Jax will look down at the wooden arm encased in armor and go, "You can say that, yes."
Oh, marvellous. And then more magical companions in your group, he says, looking at your character, means more people to talk to about interesting subjects.
Yes, actually, he is... Well, Jackson, how would you describe your knowledge better than me?
That was fun. Spent the last 20 years being a researcher of magic and its applications in hexing.
You must be pretty up to date on your fields then, yes?
I would think so.
Oh.
Before that I was in the military, so most of it is militaristic application. But such is the nature of my homeland.
Oh, well, Hexenreich's famed for its cutting-edge military application of magic. Must mean you have knowledge of not a lot of people do.
I would like to think so, especially after
Let me get you a drink, and he's going to put an arm over your shoulders and start leading you towards the...
That'd be great with Raz.
Your best friend.
I am going to keep up
Secret
with
magical techniques. Come with me, General Roselle or former General.
I was actually before
at all times.
I was gonna try to as soon as before he grayed off was gonna make the comment of, and he isn't as like, God, player just completely died head brain. Not as boring as Corvus is when he's lecturing.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I see Corvus when he's telling a subject being the very like textbook
Clinical.
professor, clinical.
Dry.
This is the very dry. I don't see Jackson being dry. He's a little too.
He does have the habit of going a little bit too in depth into a thing that might not be relevant to what he's supposed to be talking about.
Periodically throw something at him to reset him.
Yes. After a little bit, the Cape's finished their rounds. Lucian has basically been talking your ear off, Jackson, sort of prodding, poking what you know, talking about his own magical theories, which they're not terrible. They've got the air of sort of amateur self-research to them, but, it's kind of to be expected from a poem mage. But he's bright.
He is one of the best mages in existence, and you can't convince us otherwise.
He's bright for a 61.
We know other mages.
Yeah. But soon enough, Kalan is coming up to you with his wife, Gifton.
Oh, give a deep curtsy.
And you see Care sort of bows as well. Dingus sort of lifts his head a bit haughtily. Kalan,
Madame Capet, who is this lovely thing with you? Is this Melina's older sister?
you see Malara smiles a little bit at the compliment, and Kalan sort of gives you both a sort of little bow of his head, acknowledgement from another noble. Goes, oh yes, that's right. You haven't met, have you? This is my beloved wife, Malara. Malara, this is Lord and Lady Greysteel, Gifton and Care, and Dingus. He says,
Lord Dingus of the Bridge.
Lord Dingus of the Bridge.
I believe Lord Oberon, in a great flex of his might, has permitted Lord Dingus here lordship over a portion of the Fae. And he now has control of territory and minions therein.
So he really is a lord.
Yes, he is a Fae lord. He could actually open a portal into the Fae right here, right now. No questions asked. Don't do it. Don't.
I was
Don't.
about to go out of character.
No.
You don't want
the
to
hanging gun there.
I am officially outranked by my former compatriots, Dragon Knights.
Malara sort of politely bows her head to Care, and then actually pulls you into an embrace and does a kiss to either side of your cheeks. Before just going, well, I really wish we had met sooner. Thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
I'm going to give another deep curtsy. Of course, my lady, always in service of House Capet.
I don't think you can really be in service anymore. You're on equal footing.
I can choose who I serve. It just means I'm equal in doing so.
They seem to
And I
be
can
more
think of no
interested
finer
in
house.
the adventuring stuff than being lords and ladies, which no complaint from me there.
I'll be honest, we don't really have any idea how to do it. I'd rather leave it in the hands of good nobles that know what they're doing. I smell it, Callan.
Well, my hands aren't those, but that is why I have my far brighter half here. And Malara...
thank goodness you're here to steer us all then, my lady.
Malara actually rolls her eyes a little bit at her husband. We're going... He over-exaggerates, but still.
Is everything going on all right with she's gonna just think of if she should use the first name or the second name. The young lord.
Albrecht?
Is he doing well? Yes, Albrecht.
Oh,
I don't know. Are we supposed to be proprietarily call him the young lord, or what do we can we call him by his first name still? I don't know what's appropriate.
Please, the proper little lad would probably like the formal stuff, but no, we're in same company here. There's no need.
Oh, good.
Albert's doing very well. He's actually in the city if you want to see him.
Oh, I'd love to see him. I think it'd be good. He's doing well, I hope. He's staying on his books.
Yes, quite well, quite into his books, and she seems to actually be frowning a little bit as she says that, and
he does get away from the books sometimes too, right? Because his uncle has a tendency to bury his nose.
If we drag him away, Callahan says,
yeah. Make sure you do that. That family seems to have a penchant for losing themselves.
Well, might be a little trickier now.
Oh?
He sent a letter out. There's a college here in town, and they have quite a good department on theological matters. You know, theories, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And Albrecht wrote to them, and they asked to see him.
Okay. Is he doing all right then?
Yes, they seem quite interested in what he has to say, which is shocking for a bunch of doddering old men.
On matters of religion.
On matters of religion.
Gifton's going to frown at that.
It's all perfectly safe. There's these aren't exactly clergymen themselves. They're just scholars, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I mean, I've read some of his own little musings on matters of state and so on, and he does have a bright mind, extremely. But still, yes, he's in city, staying at we've got a small building here, you know, for when we have to come along.
That's awesome.
I can give you the address if you want to stop by.
Oh, I'd love that. I'm hoping. Well, I don't know how much we're going to be here. The group sort of wants to go right back into that airship and stare down danger in Hexenreich. There's a lot to do on this shore, though, before we leave.
Anything we can help with?
For one, keep an eye out for Corvus if you see him.
Yes.
Don't avoid dealings with him at all costs. I'm sad to say. He has continued his attempts on the group of us.
We will keep an extra eye out. What about your journey? Are you fully supplied?
We're fully supplied, but
I am supposed to be your patron after all.
One thing you could help with. Hopefully, we're going to be bringing back a lot of fine and amazing people that might have nowhere to be. Maybe we can figure out some place for refugees.
We have some warehouses that are empty. We could fit them properly to see people through just for a bit. Melara says.
Yeah, and Callan, I think you have access to our funds as mostly our...
He crosses his arms a little bit and goes, I'm supposed to be your patron.
I'm saying if you need to justify something, you can move some things around.
Oh, please, we are more than capable of...
family.
You have taken care of my family far more than I have been able to, he says with a little bit of a grimace. Please, we can afford to help.
All right, well, we'll be looking to do that. I don't suppose you know any nobility out in... Shoot, I've got to check my notes. Not Hexenreich. Well, I was thinking the Kingdom of the Dead. Faramir. If I don't suppose you know anybody in Hexenreich or in Faramir, the Kingdom of the Dead.
Melara actually goes a little wide there, and goes, Faramir? Oh, gods no, we don't consort with the dead. We're
Well, unfortunately, adventurers have to do what they have to do, my lady. So I'm
no
looking
insults.
for anyone who might travel.
An odd question, you know.
Yes, well, it might be key to seeing if we can handle this Morgani nonsense.
I can give you some trade contacts I had, although whether they are still about, I've had no hide or hair of them.
Okay. I know one thing we're having trouble with is we will not likely be able to use our magic to transport from there and here. So contact may be very difficult with folks. So I may at some point have to send you a sending stone message of please pass along.
Of course.
Your dear brother as you can.
Yes, oh, by the way, he seems very excitable about helping out. What is this?
We need to construct a magic forge to What?
As the three mages are in the corner already.
We need to construct a magic forge in order to create the defenses and weapons that will be used against that dragon I warned you about, Kalan. That's coming, the first dragon.
Okay. That
And,
sounds like a
we
very
have,
important word. Are you sure you
we
want
have-
Lucian?
He's going to be supervised.
Would you like some I'm not
Some what?
speaking badly of my brother. I'm not going to say what I was about to say.
Jesus,
Would you like some
outrageous.
more learned mages? More. And he sort of waves his hands a bit as you can see him mulling over the words.
Somebody
Competent. Yeah.
The former General Rizal is going to be heading up this project for me. And we thought Lucian might be a good person who could
Wait,
not...
former?
Yes, former.
Did he quit?
He retired recently.
Oh. Well, good.
He is helping us on our adventures.
Well, good for him, I suppose. Suppose the adventurous life calls to all sorts.
So he is going to be helping us out with this project, and we prefer to keep people that are kind of already knowledgeable of what's going on, and not
of course.
add too many extras. And I feel like we can trust your family the deepest. I'm not sure about hiring
would hope
outside
so.
individuals. Of course.
Have you pondered talking to Maris?
I don't know if Maris is really keen on me. After apparently what happened in town last time with Carrick and Lucian, but I've thought about broaching with Maris and with Bill to see if there's any. We're also trying to find a good uninhabited area to draw this beast to, because we think we have the means to draw it somewhere. We just want to make sure it's not.
As you're saying that, you can see his gaze has become slightly distracted. And it looks like he's still paying attention to you, but you can see his eyes following something, and he just sort of leans his head aside and goes, "Is that Cassie?"
Yeah, that's Cassie.
Okay.
Do you want to see Cassie?
As much as the rest of you, I mean, I'd rather like to see all of you.
Well, I could take you over to do that. She's alive. Again.
Where's Toadie part of the band? When did?
Oh, we were doing that earlier.
Oh, okay.
We actually don't know why we're here sometimes.
Oh, we're all here for pointless reasons. You're supposed to be.
Oh, okay. But yeah, we're looking for a good place. That is part of the reason to watch out for Corvus right now. The person that's running around at Stolar Vardo, Corvus, is trying to draw that thing to Dulvewood. So we don't want that to happen to Dulvewood, and that person does.
Have you found a place?
We're talking with some of the military privately about where to put it. They, of course, want to dump it on the Goliaths or the Trolls or somebody, but I don't really want to dump it someplace where there's anybody actually at. That feels bad, you know?
This sounds a little nasty, perhaps, but there's likely desolate areas in Hexham right now.
There might be. It might not be a bad idea. We know that the Fae have offered to help as well. I have bridged that a bit, so there's a lot of assistance going on this in the background, and the amazing things that people will never know about. I say, taking a sip of my drink.
I feel a little outclassed. I can't really pull them for sources that the Fae can, or
Well, I'll be honest. Having the quiet influence in a place like Dulvewood is actually very useful. I unfortunately, the people I have any sway with are crazy. Other than you, sir.
he purses his lips in wry amusement and goes, quiet. I like that. Very nice way to put it.
What, quiet, respectable influence. It's great.
Take the compliment, dear, Melara says with a little smile. Yes, well,
At least you don't light a literal fire, sir, whenever you try to get something done.
you see his gaze travels over to Lucian when you say that and goes, it's most of us don't.
Yeah. People will still invite you to their house when you're done.
That Dragonborn fellow, is he?
Yeah, that's Shaksan Scala. I'm gonna start taking him around and introduce him to everybody.
Okay. You're able to sort of gather people up. I mean, people can make their own way over, or you'll be grabbed. And soon enough, the group of you, including you, Talday, you're dragged off stage. Much to the gnome's disappointment, actually.
Honestly, I would have stepped down eventually, but yeah.
And where do you want to? Do you want to try and go off to a quiet side of the room? Do you want to be near the food and drink table? There are actually side rooms you can go into here, by the way.
We'll go into a side room. We'll grab some of the food and drink and head over. I am going to, like, on the way by, try to, like, go give I'm gonna go give Saga a quick hug.
And Saga smiles and
I'll say, any chance that the brownies in town can come visit you sometime at your apartment?
Oh yeah. Let's see. What is it? Iron, Bayard, Curran, Durin, Flynn. There's also Ella, Bruna, Aubrey, and Isla as well.
Oh, I see you've already met them.
No, not yet.
All right. Well, maybe I'll see if they'll want to stop by.
Of course.
I'll bow off and go, and maybe a dance later.
I would love to.
And I'll go off in the room with everybody.
Okay. As you start heading off to the room, just before you sort of go into the side doors, you hear a little behind you, the group of you, and Stenhouse there is going, private function?
Oh, we're just conspiring to fight a first dragon. How are you doing?
Bored.
Oh, we want to conspire to fight a first dragon with us for a bit?
If you would have me.
Of course, my sir.
And Stenhouse will join you.
Where's Millie in all this?
Millie is firmly in the grasp of the ladies' circle here.
We let her have her moment in the sun.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm just making sure she's fine and safe.
Oh god, she is safe amongst the practically minded women here who are not going to let anything foul happen to her.
They won't let anybody tease her, and they will let her. They're gushing about your pretty dress, and
they recognize what an event this is for her, and are trying to make it better.
So what we're saying here is they're keeping the Doranian ambassador away from.
No, they're probably letting that happen.
Yeah, that's one event to talk about. So you got to let that happen.
And the ambassador is actually probably for it too, because it brightens his night up.
That brightens his night up, and she's a holy creature, you know, and that's probably going to be his leading line. But yes, you're all able to settle into this side room. Malara's actually going to excuse herself, though. The clans are supposed to be putting on the display here.
Yes, of course.
But she excuses herself, tells you not to, trouble her husband too long, because he has duties, and she's fixing him a glare when she says that. And he just sighs and settles down with the rest of you.
Moments of pleasantries and stuff like that.
Yeah, Stenhouse reaches over, shakes his hand, and soon enough you are there.
This is our fine man, Colin Capet, and his amazing brother, Lucien Capet, and they're going to help us make a cold magic forge to make weapons to fight a first dragon, right?
Sounds exciting to me.
Sounds great. We have very exotic creatures from the lands of Zaha that are going to be caretaked at my house. You're going to get very rare, special acid from. That's part of this. Somebody has the thread of time.
It is still inside of me.
Oh, good. That's a very creepy place for that to dwell.
Oh, can I see it?
Can we see it?
I look down. I suppose.
Lucian's actually standing back up, and he sees sort of like rubbing his hands together excitedly. as he comes over to tell Day. Kanan's sort of staying seated, but he's looking over. Stenhouse has stood up with his drink and he's basically looming over Telday's shoulder.
Yeah, I want to see this.
I'm going to open up slightly.
Oh, those hinges definitely need some work.
Be fair, I haven't tried to open this in
This is where I cast
Mhm.
release until day.
roughly 10,000 years.
Yeah, those hinges need some work. You're struggling.
All right, you got it open? You want help?
Do I need to roll?
Yes, please. Give me a strength check.
Alright. Oops, and that is an X. I don't want to hit that button. Come on. My worst stat.
Okay. There's a worrying sound as this shouldn't have opened. You might actually hear something crunch towards the hinges here.
Ooh.
But it opens up.
That'll
Shax
never
will give
close
a
again.
bit of a frown at that.
Apologies. It has been roughly 10,000 years.
Yeah, you did take the long way around.
Yes, it's very nice in there. That's
That's a bit of dust.
yeah. That
Was that
cobwebs.
alive at one point?
Did you have a spider that died in there?
Probably more than one.
Oh, it's like a little family that didn't make it.
This box.
I think so. Can we open it up there, Tilde?
Doesn't he
May
actually
I?
have two in there?
Did you keep?
Yes.
You kept the other one in it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
end?
one?
Why is there two?
So how does it feel to have like storage? Never mind.
Why are there two of them?
It is what I was given.
Well, shall we open them up?
Probably.
I look at Tilde for an answer.
Suppose.
Lucian's gonna sort of gingerly reach in for one of the boxes and take it
I'll
out.
grab the other box and hold it out to Stenhouse.
Me? What? Oh, no. I'm not touching any of this nonsense.
All right, I'm gonna open
I
that.
don't remember which is which. I apologize.
What was in the other one? The Ark of
That
the
is a
Covenant.
good question.
The Ark of the Covenant.
I'm fairly sure it is not deadly. Probably.
Right. Who has what box? Let me check real quick. High or low?
I'll take low. I always take low.
Okay. Right. So, Lucian opens up the box that he's holding, and there is a thread in there. It's silvery, seems to have a slight pearlescent hint to it. It's not quite glowing, but there's a slight hint of it. It's actually fairly mundane for what it's called. And he just sort of looks at it and goes, expected something a bit more, I don't know, swirly, maybe?
Flashy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or incorporeal, or...
Well, I mean, you have to be able to tangibly touch it, I guess, right? Well, I'm gonna pop mine open.
Okay, you open yours up, and inside there is the tool that was made so long ago.
Oh, this is Talal's tool.
Along with what looks to be a the box was made to keep things safe. Delicate but still seemingly intact, rolled up piece of scroll.
I'm going to very carefully hold that out for Tilde. I think you had a message.
Oh. I hope I can still read it. I'll
Right.
take the scroll.
Okay, you take the scroll. You want to open it up now, or are you going to save it?
I will open it up, kind of, not like showing off to everybody, but
just
kind
looking
of
at yourself.
look at it
Yeah.
for a moment at least.
The top line in actually, go ahead and give me an intelligence roll. This is going to be tricky to recall. Yeah, that's fine. The top line in the ancient Saharan writing is just addressed to my dearest Telde.
I will read another line.
I know you have a long and hard journey ahead of you, and I hope. Yeah, and I hope, and that's the line.
Was it a joke, Tucker?
I guess I'll keep reading. Oh, no, sorry. I was just...
Oh, I thought the ha was in character.
No, I was just being inappropriate.
That was the end of the line.
That would have been funny.
Just, ha! Hard.
He has made a joke. This is entertaining. No. I'll keep reading.
Yeah, and it continues on. And I hope that the memories that you have made, perhaps your time spent amongst my people and with me, those few moments that they are, will stay with you. I know I am not long for this world, but every time I remember your visits, it makes it all a little brighter and easier to bear. The discomfort of these last few years, and it is lessened. Enclosed is something of import, I think. Important to me, at least. Something made too long ago now. I miss your friends, as I miss you when you are not around. But it is an important thing that was made together, and I would see it put to use. I've never been good with words, you know this, but I hope you keep this with you, and you remember. You will always be in my heart. And it is signed by someone whose name is not in this note. God damn it.
Talal?
Talal, thank you.
Signed, whoever wrote this.
Me and Blackheart are crying over in private chat right now because we're weeping about this. Talal.
Yeah, and that is it.
I'm just going to roll it back up and keep it in my hand, closed.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because I don't have a lot of actual
What
storage aside from the...
A chisel?
Yes, it is a tool that is meant for working. The...
Is it a tool of time?
Creation.
Is the chisel we made for
Yes, it is a tool made to be able to work with some metal.
Yeah, because we have that big piece of star metal that this is for.
Oh, tool of space, because you've got the thread of time, and then the tool of space.
Yeah, space time. We are going to need to figure out who all is going to get what out of this metal, because the crazy daisy foretelling stuff is we're supposed to make things to adhere and help the
we're supposed to
people of Barras and the people of the Kingdom of the Dead fight the first dragons and everything.
On that matter, just how much of this metal do you have?
It's about like 15 feet tall and about 10 to 12 feet wide on one side, and then a bit
By the
more.
gods, and it's a solid chunk?
Yeah, it's a big solid chunk. I've got it buried in my garden.
Should have handed that to us. We could get that safe.
blank look on face for a moment. I wasn't really sure if we were in the need to tell you until we found out you were involved.
He just shakes his head, sort of pinching the ridges.
If I came to you and told you that I had a magic rock that when I touched it, I could make fields fertile for like all the way to Southwestheim from Beacon, would you have let me keep it?
Can I say yes? And we don't ask any more questions.
All right, I'm good with that. I'm just saying that it likely is something that, you know, might have ended up locked away somewhere and I would have never seen it again.
Is the intent with this stuff to make it into armor?
It can be used to adhere something to it, and it will increase their...
So it doesn't even have to be fully constructed of it?
No, we could make badges and things and little... like.
You could make ammunition. Do you realize what defenses this could offer?
Yes, we could make all sorts of stuff with it. So we could make talismans for mages for helping them channel better, and we could make bullets.
Thought. Do we even have to make solid materials out of it? Because...
Does it alloy?
No.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, that's a good point. Does it alloy?
Could we coat stuff in it in the ultra thin coating that coin Thomas gave me?
It's supposed to adhere, so it's somewhat like that, is it not?
To the GM. Did we actually liquefy this at all? When we were working with it?
That's what the forges were, right?
That's what I was...
The forge superheated it to the point it was malleable. You did not get to liquefy it. But you know how to make a substantially better one, so...
Yeah. We have not... We
haven't gotten a chance to do much with it.
Yeah, and the first one we learned from was not strong enough to actually melt it, but I think we can.
I mean, the sample they had in Zaha was no bigger than their fist, I think. And we already have the chisel, and we have a much larger piece. We can work on it. James is sounding like he might stay behind to work with Lucian here, because we're going to need a mage on hand for handling the...
There's actually a look of relief on Stenhouse's face. It's like, good. You need something to do.
Yeah, and it's very complicated, and he's got a lot of knowledge that could work on this. But we do need ideas of what to do with it. I personally wouldn't mind having something to clip onto like one of my necklaces, because I used to use that for channeling magic at one point. So I don't know if anybody else would want something like that.
Well, clearly we should be focusing on equipping all of you. You're going to be the forefront against these things. But
I would love to see defense and offense capabilities for at least some soldiers versus...
I mean, with that amount of material, you could, if it just needs a coating, you could equip a regiment easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
you need to take some with you to Furamir, though, yes?
Some.
Yes. It also...
And also we need some for anchors. But we don't know how that's going to work yet.
There's something I'd like to pull you all into a meeting with His Majesty.
We don't...
When is that?
I mean, I could... I'll go talk to Samuel, and I could probably get it arranged tonight. I mean, his making a showing here would not be too hard to get a few moments alone with him after the fact.
I think that would work, do not you?
Yes.
You've met Samuel, yes. Captain Roan.
Captain Roan?
Yes. The palace guard captain here.
Oh, yeah, him. Gifton's getting a look in her eyes like, I only remember that person for one thing.
Out of character, is that the...
That's Captain. That was.
Or is that...
That's the guy
blew
from...
up Raz.
That's the guy who blew up Raz, but we don't know that. We know that he was there when me and Carrick know that he was the guy that gave us the big interviews after the king and queen were killed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it would be basically the two of us. Cassie, I don't remember if she was in on that, because I think she got chased down at one point, or was it Corvus that got chased down because they were running around the palace doing stuff. But I know me and Carrick got interviewed by him.
If not, a lovely fellow. I'll go talk to him. He can probably arrange it for us. It'll be a quick thing.
Certainly.
Just their permission to. Well, I'd like to give you more resources than you currently have. I want this to be a proper thing. If we're going to be defending this nation, this needs to be proper.
It needs to be proper, and we are going to be out of touch as a result of going to Hexenreich, because we've been warned about
the
awards
yes.
and protections, and we need to know things are being handled here, because we've got 6 weeks now.
In that case, well, with his permission, we can give you something to help with communication at the very least. Oh, blast it! I don't care if you know state secrets. Of course, we have things to break through that magical interference. It's important to keep in touch with our agents.
No, of course. But
I'm not surprised.
Oh, yes. Sorry. He sort of waves his hand at you, Shaxton.
No, Shax actually gets
Your people will do it as well. It's fine. Yeah.
Well, our country, Laril is not entirely laden with protections against teleportation, so.
I was
what?
going to say if you did not have a way, I was going to try and figure out a way to get through it anyways.
Sorry, Laril is what the. I look over at two people that aren't fully in on everything yet and going, complicated thing, don't worry about it.
Mysteries. Lucian sort of waves his hands.
What's what the continent was called before you people came here?
Us people now. Well, someone's getting very full of themselves. Stenhouse says with a smile.
What? My people came here later. Your people named it.
All right, whatever.
I got kicked out. I'm a refugee. All right, so yeah, but I think we'd be fine with having that.
So wait, am I going to be a smith? Lucian says.
No, you're going to be the mage channeling magic. And the smiths we have is Rezem.
His eyes narrow a little bit. Goes, just a glorified battery in this, am I?
You might be. Also, would you want to fight a first dragon with us? Because you can probably figure out your tool for that.
Yeah, batteries are very useful.
Also, it would be very kind of you to make sure that if you see Corvus, to light him up if he comes anywhere near this.
Lucian just does a little, yeah, gotcha. Points at
Protective wards and such, right?
Oh, yes, that'll be easy.
Give them the knowledge of... We'll just make sure he doesn't go without one of us. How about that?
No, I'm just saying if he sees Corvus unattended,
that's what I'm
he
saying.
jumps him.
That's what I'm saying. We'll make sure our Corvus is with one of us.
Nope.
Why did
Corvus.
our Corvus run off again by himself in this situation?
We bumped into him outside. He mumbled something about having enough with parties and nobility.
We should hope that he is not doing something that may get him or any others in trouble.
I'm just saying,
we told him to go see Albert.
I told him there's a lot of people that are on site of Corvus, or if he's by himself, might cause him injury. So I hope he's careful where he goes.
Doubtful.
All right. So yes, I think we're good for meeting. Whoever.
For that matter, your Hexenreich trip, Kellen says, and then just says to Stenhouse. They've asked if we can provide holdings for any refugees they bring back, which we are volunteering to do. If you would give, all due clearance for them to be accepted in. And Stenhouse just nods and goes, if you're willing to, house them for a while, we should be able to sort things.
All right, good. Also fast track my school idea. I'd really like that. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, we just I'm just gonna
A
just
quick
let that one in on the
question.
radar.
You mentioned Albrecht and advising Corvus to go see him. Has the little lord mentioned seeing his uncle recently?
No, not at all. It's one of the reasons I
Good.
asked him to go visit. Albert doesn't really inquire, but family relations are important to keep hold of.
I mean more along the lines of the other one, potentially attempting to use him.
No showings in that regard, at least, or at least Albert has not mentioned anything such, and we don't tend to leave him unwatched, so...
And
Also, the Fae have offer to help against one of the dragons, at least. Did we want the Fae ambassador in on this at all? I look at Stenhouse.
Stenhouse sort of blinks a few times and goes, "No, I'm sure, if it's in on the little secret circle of what's happening."
I don't know how much he knows yet, so I wasn't sure, should we clue him in, or should I just keep moving directly with the lords and ladies on the other side?
Honestly, I wouldn't have a single clue on how you're supposed to act with the Fae, so you're probably the best judge of this.
Alright, I'll think about it while you figure things out.
Well, I should go try and catch Samuel. Don't really like to surprise His Majesty with things in the immediacy, so a little heads up will be good. And he's going to sort of put his glass down in here and get up. Right, I'll hopefully be back shortly.
I'm gonna go give Stenhouse a hug.
And he sort of hugs you back, pats you on the back a few times.
I'm just hugged by the handsomest general in all of Brest.
Yes, you must consider yourself lucky.
I am the luckiest girl alive.
And he sort of nods firmly as, yep, that's correct. Before he leaves.
I will.
Does this mean our...
Good.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna look over Dingus and go, do you think we should have the Brett ambassador in here on this or no?
Me?
He's the lord. You're Lord Dingus.
Dingus sort of postures proudly.
Or do you think that between the two of us and our direct connections to the Lord and Lady is well enough?
Dingus's head starts to tilt side to side as you know his thinking process, the struggle.
quick, help the hamster get back on the wheel.
Maybe?
Okay, let me give a head pat. Sorry, what were you saying, Tilde?
Does this mean that the partying is now over?
Only until
think
we
so.
get called?
Oh, if only Kalan says.
Do you not enjoy partying? Would you prefer to be with Corvus?
Kalan, would you like to rejoin the party until such time we are called?
Oh, no, please, this meeting could go on for as much as you want it to.
right,
Normally I don't
good.
mind these events, but it's been a tiring day.
I could make it worse. I can tell you how we spent our day.
He frowns a little bit. I'll stick with Melina dragging me up and down hills. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Lucian is going to sort of close up this box. He's been looking at this little thread for this entire discussion and sort of hold it back out to Telday.
Now, Lucian, I hope you don't misunderstand. I'm not asking you to be just a battery in this. We want you to contribute your own thoughts and things. You're a very bright and amazing mage, and you're very inventive. So if you see anything that you can come up with, by all means, please let us know and put your input in.
Within reason, Kalan says, looking at his brother.
You're gonna
conventional thinking lines is always useful.
You're going to be working with Roselle, and I can tell you that man has an incredible wealth of magic. Not only military, but ancient and forbidden stuff he shouldn't know. you two will probably be able to put something amazing together. I am trembling at the thought of what will happen while I am gone. I say with a wry smile.
Please
And
keep the
Lucian's
house
just
in
going to
one
look
piece.
at. Lucian's just going to look at Kellan and go, "See, why does no one butter me up like this at home? That's wonders. Of course, I'm happy with whatever I'm doing."
Because they're probably afraid of collateral damage, which, given mages, is fair.
Oh, he just sort of waves his head dismissively.
One of the things we need to figure out how to do is to construct something that can be used to anchor a heaven.
Bees?
Bees.
Bees.
What?
No, beads.
Beads?
What?
Like bees.
Damn it.
Genuine look of confusion on the cafe's faces.
I'm confused on where bees came from.
Use bees to anchor heaven?
No, be used.
Oh, be used to anchor heaven. Right, dreadfully bewildered there. Okay.
No, be used to anchor the heavens, because it might be important to brace Morgani's heaven while she's crazy.
Right. Okay.
Did you make them aware of that, Bob?
No, I was saying I was really sure I could make their day horrible by telling them some things.
So, question.
Yes.
Yes.
Angry god thrashing about and all, yeah?
Why would you need to brace a heaven?
If the god dies, the heaven falls.
Yes.
Wait, we're killing gods now.
It is not the plan.
That was a request, but we have summarily denied that.
A request.
It is possible that it may become the only necessary action or accidental
We had a
collateral.
meeting with the gods earlier today. They had a nice little vote about whether or not they were killing Morgani, and they were making us do it.
Callan looks legitimately horrified.
I look over at him and I'm like pointing a finger and going, "See, that's why you should be really trembling about how I spent my day."
Lucian's just sort of looking a little perplexed, scratching his head. Ah.
And the last time the gods killed a goddamn god, I flare my wings out. You got the
Created
fae.
the
Are you saying it will be a good thing then?
To be fair, from
I think
how-
we're amazing.
To be fair, from the way they did it, sounds like they also did it very in incompetent fashion.
He's thinking there's a competent way to kill a god.
Yes.
I mean, either destroy the heaven. Frankly, either destroy the heaven or make sure it doesn't fall. What he wants.
I
That
mean,
sounds ghastly.
they also had no idea it would fall.
My job used to be thinking of the ghastly. It is something I'm very used to.
I don't
Anyway,
like this discussion.
Anyway,
So is there a manual on this forge stuff?
There sort of is. Are you familiar with the Simulacrum spell?
He does a sidelong glance at Kalan and just goes, "No."
Jackson's
all
going
right.
to
Well,
pull out the enduring spellbook and turn to the pages where he wrote all this stuff down.
Ooh, give. Okay. Right.
There may be a second one coming out too.
oh, you both wrote down
Well,
spells. Neat.
No, we wrote down all the stuff you're making the
Oh,
fork.
also give. Yes.
Your spellbook's just a book that doesn't get destroyed by weather.
Right, multi-book reading from Lucian at this point. He's actually sort of leafing through both, looking side at
So
them.
we've also made constructs of ourselves that are capable of relaying all the information.
Oh no, you're not doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, we're playing with it. Only enough
no.
for this, and then we're going to get rid of them. Don't worry about it. I've been cautioned.
You're
against
going
making
to
an army
murder
of
them.
myself.
But just do remember that you need special discompensations if you're going to have more than one of those things around.
Yeah, but that's why it's one per person. That's the loop around.
He sort of looks around a group of you and goes, "That's not the law."
Unaware of the law.
You're familiar with the phrasing of ignorance is not well.
To be perfectly fair, at least one of them is not currently anywhere that would be under Barassi law anyway.
Oh, that's
Another
worse. Don't say that to anybody in a position of power. You're outside of Baratheon's law's reach building up forces. That's terrible. Don't say that.
I could do that in the Fae, actually.
Don't say that either. Don't, especially if we're going to have a meeting with the king. What?
It's a safer way right now. We're just fine. No one will mention.
Until I'm going to make sure we ascertain that they are definitely not people before I dismiss the spell that is currently being maintained for them. If they are in fact people, I intend to make them free of that spell.
Would you do a better job than Corvus has?
I hope so, because I've got to burn myself really hard with a wish spell to give them their own free will in life if I thought they were their own person.
Oh,
That is acceptable.
you know, if you do get in trouble for all this, you will make sure that they know that your pay sponsorship has nothing to do with it, right?
We will definitely mention it was your idea.
Why would you do this?
In fact, they know that we have been withholding information from pretty much everybody that we know. So the fact that you know any of this, they won't have any clue.
Lucian, why would you go along with all of this for so long? And Lucian just looks up from the books he's reading. What?
We are fairly sure that this was the initial purpose of your meeting.
It's okay. I've got a good scapegoat. I'm going to go find my wife before you all tell me more things I really shouldn't know. Right,
Was there something really good? Oh.
No, and he's going to walk on out, leaving alone with Lucian, who is engrossed in these books. Seems to have forgotten that you're all there.
That's fine. We're going to just make sure he has a fresh drink and some snacks while he does butchery.
Eventually, Stenhouse comes back into the room. Right, that's all sorted. After the king's address here, he'll give us a few minutes aside, which should be more than enough.
Oh, that'll be lovely.
Little recommendation: we downplay how much we're going to be given to Faramir. Just between you and me.
Well, yeah, of course. And honestly, I feel like anything we would lend them, we expect to bring back.
Yes.
Because the first strike might be a fight over there, and then we would probably need the rest for the defense here, right?
Exactly. Well put. Right. Well, the address should be. It'd be handy if we had little clocks on our wrists instead of he sort of pulls a little pocket watch out of his waistcoat, and checks it. About 40 minutes or so. So if you.
Well, actually, when he mentions Davy Shack, will actually do much the same with the homunculus in its clock form.
Oh, are you not always aware of what time it is exactly?
No, what time is it?
I will tell them exactly what time it is.
You have a clock in there.
Telday, I think you're a bit fast. I don't have that. Okay.
Yes, mine's off. No, mine's off by 2 minutes. You must be wrong.
Yeah.
The wrong clock is the correct clock.
Yeah, my clock's much closer to Stenhouse's, so you've got to be off.
Nice trick, boy, but you're a little off.
Apologies. I shall return to the party then.
Well, I suppose everyone may as well mingle for a bit.
Yeah. All right.
Cassiopeia, would you care to dance?
Huh?
No, take the next one with her. Oh, fine. Go ahead.
But what?
Stenhouse,
Actually,
Yeah,
have this.
you have not yet
Stunned
danced
look.
with me this night. I'm going to take him by the hand.
Oh, be my pleasure.
Okay. I
Would
guess
you
I can
prefer
dance with
that
you
I
then.
go get Corvus so that he may dance with you?
No.
Okay. Right, you're all able to while away the rest of the time waiting for the king's address.
I'll dance with him, and I'll dance with the ambassador.
Which the ambassador dances with, well, it's unearthly grace.
I can't even keep up with this guy.
Actually, you seem to keep up very well. As in, he is sort of like moving you
Obviously adjusting pace.
rather subtly.
Mm-hmm.
And it does make you feel like you are dancing on air.
He is the only person tonight, other than probably Care. I will flare the wings out and let the halo on.
Ooh, gossip time.
I will
okay.
actually I will give him the. I'll probably do that for Stenhouse too, but most other people I probably
better do it for Stenhouse.
I'll do it. I definitely do it for Stenhouse. But I don't think I've had anybody else that would have danced with me. But when I go out for the dance floor for that, I will get the big antler halo and do the big wings and shit.
Still St. Pierre will try to get a dancing.
Oh, yeah, I'll do it for him.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'll make him have a lovely show of it. Yeah.
Which Cass, he will also try to get a dancing with you.
Okay.
Which he's very, very nice to you. Gives you the sort of smooth talking and so on. There's definitely a little bit of interest there, although that he'd be interested in a chair. It's no surprise. But yes, he seems interested in you, but there's also that sort of thing. He's making sure you're okay here. And you catch that slight hint of he has seen in his eyes, a very young woman who looks a bit out of place at this party, and he's concerned about you.
Cass is smiling, just, oh, don't worry about me. It's been a very, very trying and long day.
As long as you are okay, would not want to see anything happening to you.
Oh, no, I'm fine. It's just a whole lot has happened in the past couple days for me.
Forgive me for asking, but your face is very familiar, and I do not see many of your kind here.
We met last year.
No, I am very good at remembering faces, and you look a lot like another Central I met, but your little sister?
No, that was me. I'm just going to simply say Feywild Shenanigans.
Oh, the ambassador?
He had nothing to do with it.
Not Mrs. I'm sorry, Lady Glaysteel?
No, it was more
Lord Dingus.
stuff that things happened on in Lord Dingus's territory, and my fault entirely. But Feywild Shenanigans, that place is interesting.
Well, the youth suits you. You look very, very nice.
Thank you.
A little jealous.
You have no idea how hard it is to get people to believe I am who I am.
It seemed to be easy enough here. You just say Feywild Shenanigans, and story tells itself.
I already tried that, and the banks were like, no.
Banks.
It took Telde coming up with a very quick-witted response to get them to be agreeable.
Well, banks do not want to ever be agreeable, so it is good that you found a way.
So how have you been?
Oh, I have been fine enough. The things have been a little dull until this event, but life cannot always be a party as much as I would like.
Life can always be fun, especially if you make stuff.
Yeah, no, rather the drinking and the dancing and the talking and, well, the other things that all of that leads to. Speaking of which, is your friend, she single?
You know, I have never really inquired about that.
Or if she isn't, would her other half be interested as well?
You would have to ask her, and if you ask her to dance, I'm pretty sure she would be happy to.
We have already had a lovely dance while you were sequestered away.
Oh.
And it would seem, well, I do not think she is the type that would know how to react to being direct.
Well, I could inquire for you.
If you would.
And I might and if she's interested, I will send her over for another dance with you.
Oh, please do. I am willing to dance with such a beauty at any time. And she is a sight far healthier than any of the other waifs here.
Well, she is a professional. You know, she does run a very successful business here.
And yes, so I asked, and delightful scent that she has on her.
Millie is a very precious being to me, so...
I would treat her with the utmost respect.
I know you would. And Cass is just going to smile. That smile of Dad going, yes, click, click, you treat my daughter well.
All right then, my young little friend, I will let you go, and please put in the most generously kind of words for me.
I will, Pierre.
And come visit.
I'm sorry, I've been busy. Town, building.
Yeah.
Desk.
All work, not fun.
For me, it is.
Really need to spend more time with St. Pierre.
One of those strange thoughts. Well, everyone has their vices. If work is yours, so the power to you.
Think about it this way. I make stuff that's going to outlast me, any kids I may have, and any kids they may have.
Well, what will outlast me is the memory of how glorious I am.
Well, I will say this:
Every
you have
bastard child is
confidence.
living in his
You have
wake.
so much confidence. I wish I could have that much confidence.
No, I will teach you. You come visit.
And Cass is going to back off and bow graciously to him.
He'll return the bow, take your hand, give it a kiss on the back of it, and then walks off to bother other people.
I'm then going to go over to Millie and point out and just chat with her and point her back in St. Pierre's direction and just going, yeah, so St. Pierre is showing interest. If you're interested, you might want to go have another dance. If not, I don't think you'll hurt his feelings.
Millie isn't going to know exactly how to react to that. There's a little bit of flustering. And she sort of like quickly changes the subject.
Does she like tense her face like a little bit like I need to hold my expression and move on to a different subject?
Mm-hmm. She's very quickly changing the subject over to something else, and it's not long after that there is the little trumpeting, and then the announcement of introducing his Royal Majesty King Felin Merrimore and His Royal Highness Prince Drace Merrimore. Noticeably, the Queen and Princess are not here at this event this year.
No, Alina? Okay.
Elise.
Yeah, no.
The Queen Alina and
Alina
Princess Elise.
And Elise, yeah, they're not here.
Yeah, nope, they are not here. It just follows a small little speech, the usual sort of little line-up meet and greet thing. You can see the palace guard captain there with them, along with a lot of other of their guards, as per usual. You do see that there are eyes kept on Saga quite intently.
I'm gonna go stand over by Saga.
Showing solidarity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But once the sort of it takes a while. Like there's a good 40 minutes of this sort of noble, can't think of a polite way to say it, nonsense happening with meeting the royalty. Yes.
Basically talking up all the things that they've done in the last year and how amazing they are.
Yeah,
right?
but as the king and the prince reach the end of the line, you see the prince is escorted away by a couple of the guards, and Captain Roan actually nods to all of you, and then just sort of walks into a side room with His Majesty, with the expectance of you following. You get that from the look. Stenhouse actually sort of gets up at that point and just sort of beckons for you all a lot more casually.
Actual follows it.
Yep.
And I'm going to let Millie know that I will be back in a little while. There's something we have to deal with.
Okay. As you head off, you've all got enough perception. Millie's heading off to do St. Pierre.
I misheard that one.
Yeah.
Wow, she waited. Yeah.
I mean,
this is her
to be
princess.
fair,
She's going
your
full
mishearing
way.
might be correct still.
And then you are all brought into the room with His Majesty. Notably, only has Rowan here as his guard, who just takes off his helmet and gives you all a sort of acknowledging nod. Stenhouse actually comes in and bows politely.
I'll give a deep curtsy.
I'm gonna give a bow as I enter.
Wow.
And King Merrimore actually takes a seat and then takes his crown off, just sort of running a hand through his sort of white hair, and just sort of beckons for you all to sit down.
Salute, standing at attention.
And he smiles softly and just goes, "Please, Telday, isn't it?
Sir.
Be at ease."
We'll stop saluting, but we'll still stand at attention.
He nods slightly as, yeah, that's actually kind of the proper thing for you to be doing. But as you all sort of settle in, he goes, "I'm told that you all have matters of this nation's safety that you'd like to bring up. I've been kept abreast of the situation. And House tells me that you have something you want to discuss." And Stenhouse actually sort of looks at you all and steps forward to take the lead on it, looking to see if that's okay.
I nod because I think that's the right path here.
Your Majesty, I'd like to commit a lot more of our resources than is normally accepted to adventuring causes. You've been kept abreast of the situation, and it poses a dire threat. And frankly, these... It would be 6, but it's normally 6. They are our best hope. They are capable, they are powerful, they are good people. And they know far more on hand to handle this from any moment to moment. They have connections that we could not hope. They speak to gods. They do amazing things. They have things that could help with the situation. They just need the resources to leverage them, and I would back them with everything I have, with my reputation, my position. I believe in them, and I respectfully ask that Your Majesty put whatever they require at their disposal. And King Merrimore just nods a little at this, and then looks at the rest of you and goes, "Do you think that you could do more with the help of Barast?"
Yes, Your Majesty.
"In what way?"
We have 6 weeks to accomplish a lot, my dear king.
Yes.
And it is insurmountable for so few.
"And what kind of aid would be helpful to your band?"
I glance over at Stenhouse. I would put such judgment to the High General. He knows what we face.
"Well, I know that they want to keep some of this close-chested to avoid leaks that could lead to disaster," he says, sort of nodding to all of you. "If they needed it, I would put our finest mages at their disposal. I would have a full battalion of ours at the ready to be equipped and directed as they please. And anything else that comes up that they require."
At the very least, I would advise in 6 weeks' time, we have forces mobilized for the defense of Barast. Because if we fail, you will still need to defend.
Which one of you would you say is your head person, your leader?
Break everybody pointed at somebody else.
Altair Forgehammer. I say sadly.
Those are the people here I would personally put my back.
You cut off after back.
Wasted the name.
Yeah.
The actual, as the people here, I will personally put my back in Gifted.
Founder Forgehammer is unfortunately deceased. As much as I don't think she likes to admit it, I think everyone here considers Lady Greystone a little bit of a rallying point, no?
Yes.
Gifted looks betrayed.
He will never admit that she
Nod.
wants to be leader or is leader, but she is.
In that case, Lady Greystone, it is not just the High General that has spoken well of you. I have heard many reports from men I trust as to your abilities and, most importantly of all, where your hearts lie. So, you will have your resources. High General, you are considered Lady Greystone a temporary general under you. Give her whatever she needs, put the battalion under her command, what have you. You have my permission. But whatever you need to the crown, get it sorted. And he's actually going to stand up and put his crown back on.
I'm going to give a courtesy.
And
Bow.
he does not bow back or anything like that. There's just the slightest nod of his head in acknowledgement.
Chuck gives a proper salute.
If you will excuse me, lords and ladies, my general. And he smiles at you, Gifton. General. And yes? Oh, is that making an acknowledgement?
Yep. My head, yes,
yep.
Spanking.
And he will start to leave the room. The Captain Rowan puts his helmet back on, gives you all a sort of acknowledging nod as well, and follows His Majesty out.
Suddenly, from outside, there's a scream of Forneray and an explosion.
I'm gonna wait till the door closes. I'm just gonna get this kind of blank look on my face and go, did a fake creature just become a general of the freaking Barassian army?
Yes.
No,
Sir.
our friend Gifted. Justice.
Salute.
Oh, God. Now you have to deal with that. So
I'm not taking your job, you son of a bitch.
no, I think
If it's any relief, he did stress temporary, but I don't know. We could bump you up.
I
No.
think
I suppose I should inform.
Okay.
No, sorry. Mine's a bad joke.
I think you may have taken a different general's position that had just vacated his.
Oh, that's...
Oh, I don't.
No.
I think it's best not.
Well, she's not being given a position of office per se. I think it's more just a command role for whatever's assigned to her.
Yes, thank
Should
goodness
I
I don't have
amend
to wear
my-
that uniform.
Previous comments
good at it,
to
though.
other officers about how we are all screwed without the general now that we have a new one.
Yeah, that sounds grand to me. Telde,
Sir,
would you like your
turning
command
in-
reassigned under her?
I suppose that would be prudent.
Oh, there you go then.
Durwood and Goman, please.
The guards?
The out of character guy gets to be in character.
Don't
The
take my
king-
guards.
The king and the guard captain's gone, right?
Yes.
Is there any other castle staff in here? Like,
I think
Nope,
we're
you are alone.
I should have brought this up a little earlier. I guess.
Do they know?
I was given some information by our dear friend, the ambassador.
Which one?
Saint Pierre.
Right. Him.
Well, someone let my lineage out of the bag to him.
Oh no!
Is that bad?
With the sample
It's
of my
not bad, but it's awkward.
Are you intending to...
Your draconic heritage is
follow
not
up
exactly
on it?
subtle, boy.
No,
He is a bloodline to heir of the Noranese throne.
Yes.
Good gods.
He
This is what James has had to put up with.
Yes!
He is keeping it under wraps, but he mentioned that I may want to look into it as there is issues over there.
You might want to.
Before we were.
It might be actually quite. Yeah, well, James did know about it before we did. We're all talking about that, but it might not be bad to make sure the right people know, so that way it's not a big surprise if somebody's trying to out that. Because it'd be awful if they thought Barast was stealing away their.
Oh yes, that's not a great thing.
It wasn't a bad thing when only 4 of us knew, but
I don't know. I don't know.
He is going to let me know because he does not know who gave the information to him. It was dropped off anonymously.
Oh, that little Spleeze was going to be spreading that about to the right people. I know it.
He likes us enough to be keeping that under his hat, actually.
The Stenhouse looks doubtful at you.
The other issue that this brings up is technically I would not be the closest in the line anyways.
That'd be your father, right?
Yes, and I do not know if he is alive or not, though.
What's his name?
Do you know your dad's name? I say this in character.
Character knows. The player has been a very long time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give them the name. Actually, pretty sure it was Kohis, because I'm pretty sure he just stole my bard's name.
Yep.
Kohis Mosque.
Yes.
Last place of residence that you're aware of?
Can I... Needlewood, I think.
Needlewood?
Needlewood, I think is where he was operating out of. Actually, Dulvewood is out of character. Dulvewood's where the Capays are, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. The garrison in Dulvewood was able to tell me that the last information that they were able to, and I was looking for him a little bit, was that he was operating out of Needlewood as a adventurer.
I'll send some men down there.
Okay, thank you.
Don't thank me.
As heck.
Oh, not like that. So we just if there's foreign nations royal lineage, we should have.
I'm going to point out when the other general says something really ominous.
Oh, don't get to be with me.
Listen, I haven't been on the force this many hours, minutes.
I'm
going to go to edit it.
I never did ask my grandmother if he knew that we were of that blood. I do not know.
General Greysteel actually sounds quite good, doesn't it?
It does sound good. I'm a little jealous.
Oh God. General Gifton.
Stenhouse sounds amazing. What are you talking about?
What does Stenhouse even mean?
Should be triple G. Great. General Gifting.
All steel is gray, so it's sort of just like, I don't know. It's not that big of a pop. It sounds good though.
It's just the bosses.
Painted.
Oh my God! It's my family. Hexenreich. No.
I do believe that I may have met some of your ancestors.
I don't want to hear what he has to say.
Sounds like dangerous things.
You better not have snuck away into my family line somehow.
I can neither confirm nor deny this.
Wait, out of character explains the arm.
Right, well, You know what? We're going to... Oh, yes. We should get you a uniform. That would be funny.
For
So-
both sizes.
I don't know if we have anyone that could sew that small.
She could sew her own.
Make it out of magic materials. There's a shrink with some.
Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Well, so formalities are over here. They should be sticking around longer, but screw them. Let's get on. Let's get on down to the keep. I said I had some things to help with the communication matters. We're going to get you equipped, and I don't know what to do with your new position.
I'll look over at my husband. I think of a few things we can do with this position.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Kate looks at you, wiggles his eyebrows, and goes, "General."
Private.
Oh, don't be filthy. No.
What?
You could enlist him, though, if you wanted.
I would. But that would be awkward because mine's only temporary. His might be very permanent.
Oh, I take good care of him after the fact.
You're retiring.
For a little bit. I take care of him for a little bit.
All right. So you said you can do something about the communications?
Yes, we have devices that overcome certain magical interfaces that they have set up over there.
Excellent.
They're very expensive, very, very expensive, but you know what the king just agreed to?
Anything we want.
It doesn't matter, so let's go.
Have there been any luck on the teleportation?
Is there any way we can make sure that Roselle
Teleportations.
has access to this? He has contacts everywhere.
A little harder, but if you let some things go, you'd likely get in a bit of trouble, but oh well.
Oh no, my career.
Yes. As for the teleportation, sort of. We've got it working about 30% of the time.
Is that a 30% it works and the other time it just doesn't? Or is
As 30% it
Yeah.
works, and we have lost some very good men.
Let's not risk that.
I would agree.
But in an emergency, life or death, you know.
Yes.
Life or death. Yeah.
I hope we never have to go down to that point.
Yeah. Let's not
We
hope.
can give you something just in case.
It's probably good to have as a...
Well, I'm assuming out is probably easier than in,
You
right?
would think that.
I was to say, actually, they probably...
You realize that
Want
most
to make
Mechanic operations that involve teleportation have so many airships. They fly outside of their borders and then commence them.
Mm.
They took this. You know, you could probably disable some of their wards.
Yeah, if we get this
That might be your
disable
first.
boarding.
We know the location of some of their wards.
If you could give us a map.
I
of
think
that.
you have
Also,
full rights
we-
to those maps with your position.
Also, I'm going to. All right, well, I'm going to. I'm going to.
Oh, don't do that. What are you? What, I don't sound like that.
Should checks also have any knowledge of such things?
No, they're actually state secrets.
Okay.
The player's going to say he's an idiot. He had the father name on his character sheet the whole time.
I was gonna say, I thought they had a different last name.
Yeah,
because
'cause Marsh
your
is
mom's
his mom's
name. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, you gave the correct. You
Mhm.
gave the correct name.
I
But
think it's fixed there.
yeah. But we're gonna need. We also need to figure out where the heck we're fighting this first dragon.
Yes. Okay. So you don't want to do it where there's people of any variety.
It would be really odd and bad, right? It seems bad.
I still think the woods are a good idea. The tribes can probably get their out of the way, but well, no matter.
I mean, if
How
we were
big a deserted area?
Probably not bad.
If we were committed to at least getting people out of the area or evacuated, I could see using the woods.
How big a deserted area do you need?
Well, it took out all of Dulvewood in one big blow.
Would a 50-mile radius do the trick?
I hope so. We just got to keep it right in there. That'd be good.
He actually chews on his thumbnail for a brief moment as he looks at his thumbnail.
Dovewood's only, 5-10 miles across, so it's probably good.
Not even that.
Yeah, probably not. So yeah, 50 miles would be good. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking
it's
how
likely
much
needed.
the king has pondered what he just said I'm allowed to do and how much trouble I might get in.
All right. Well, where is it that would cause so much trouble?
A testing area of ours that doesn't have any inhabitants.
That sounds perfect.
Good.
Doesn't have anything that you need to move out of the way before we get there, right?
Might have to alert the facility that you'll be there, and maybe... No, they can't leave, but you can keep away from them at the very least. They will be on the outer reach of it.
All right, that sounds good.
And just don't talk about any strange things you see there.
Is it a facility that is pretty well enforced, just as a precaution?
It's a facility that most people cannot get into or see or even think about without proper clearance.
That would probably be...
That'll work quite well then, I think. And we don't know anything about it being there. We're only going to a big empty area 50 miles-ish away or something, right?
Something like that.
Something like
This
that.
will be a two-sided version of that. They may want to not talk about with us either. Just...
They're not the most talkative bunch, so...
Okay.
Although
there is that one man who talks about everything.
Look, I'm going to be a little direct here. It's a weapons testing facility, a rather nasty one.
They may
That
get
might
handy.
actually be very handy to have right there then.
Yes.
They might need to test a weapon.
Listen, after heck... You make this very awkward, lad. He says, looking at you, Shaxton. There you go. After Hexam likes assault on the borders of Noran, after the detonation, we all started working on trying to catch up, you know.
If they have anything that is very targeted, having that set up to possibly use if needed might actually
Hi,
be
General. You wouldn't, in fact, have any samples of the blackened obelisks from Noran, would you?
You make this very awkward, go. Yes, we do.
That actually can be used as a weapon against what is currently running around as Corvus.
Looks like we're going to the right
one.
place.
The bad one.
So, we have that sort of thing, and we have a very crude facsimile of the Hexenreichen bomb. It's not quite to the levels of destruction, but it works. Wouldn't want you in range of it, though, if we were going to strike the beast with it.
Yes, that's...
Mm-hmm. Also, it would do probably irreparable damage to land, wouldn't it? I mean, Noran's land never recovered.
That's why I'm saying you're not going to be talking about what you see there. It's already been tested a few times.
Oh, lovely. No, we won't say. It'll be fine.
Right, well.
Don't worry. And then second dragon, we'll just take that one right into the Fae.
There's 5.
There are 5.
Actually, yeah. 6 is the one we don't have to deal with.
Yeah.
We're supposed to fight 5 of these blasted things.
No, we probably only need to fight maybe 3.
4.
I'm hoping
misheard that as 83. I was like, whoa.
No, the one would kind of precipitate dealing with 4th.
Yes, the third would precipitate the fourth.
Sure, you have the resources to fight 4.
Not sure. That's why I'm hoping we only have to fight 3. We know we have to fight the physical.
The 2.
Hopefully, it will not be at the same time.
So they're all aggressive towards us.
Not exactly aggressive in the standard idea.
Rar, I'm going to kill you.
Yes, they've got other.
I mean, technically, one of them wants to be on fairly friendly terms. They just would like to replace the gods at some point.
Two of them are outright hostile. One is one that if we attack it, the fourth is going to get involved. And the one that if we attack it, get involved with is the one that we would need to transfer its power to Morgani to make it so she can stay in it longer.
Yes.
No way to delay some of these problems or to negotiate further.
On the plus side, the 2 we would have to deal with at this point. The other ones we technically have some time, although the longer we hold out on trying to take care of it, the worse Morgani will get.
The physical is one we cannot avoid.
We may be able to slow what's happening with Morgani through another method. So that may delay. Remember the whole
severing of faith.
Yeah, we're going to be looking into options, Stenhouse, but I'm expecting minimum 2 dragon fights.
Yes.
I don't know how much higher than that it's going to be. 5 would be the max. If 6 happens, we're out of luck.
6?
The 6th dragon is literally called the end.
The nothing.
The nothing. Yeah, it's annihilation.
Yes, it is the inevitable. That one is
what comes after.
Yes.
That one comes when we fail.
That's foreboding.
Yes.
That one.
Is there a first? No, I suppose they're all first, aren't they?
The first one we will be dealing with is the physical. And dealing with the physical.
I don't know if the physical was the first one to get made.
I believe they were all made.
The first one coming.
But the physical is the one that will be truly aggressive.
Stenhouse, my good fellow.
Yes.
Fellow general friend of mine.
General.
Hey, General. Do we have researchers that can look into the first dragons and find out their names? Because we know for a fact if you put the name of the first dragon on a weapon that is used against it, it hits better.
Tell them they do not need to look into
it. It penetrates the creature's defenses.
We have one of their names already.
I mean, I can certainly tell my researchers to look, yes. Right, do you have any heads up on where to look?
No idea. I was actually thinking.
Oh, they're going to love me just telling them to look.
Jackson, how much have you looked through what we covered from the Sahan?
A fair amount of it. Most of it is in regards to what happens with revival and the ways to sever faith for somebody to make it so power back.
Because the group that we dealt with had the spiritual's true name. And my information did not have anything about how they got it, just that they used it, and it was a mutual agreement that they dealt with it with them. But that name.
At any rate, we should look into maybe if we can find out where we can find that name. I can't think of anything else right now.
I will certainly tell them to look.
All right. That should be good. Because if we can get their names, we can better defend and attack them.
Yes.
What kind of ammunition should we do? Would we do like for rifles, or would we do like cannonballs?
I think cannonballs and rifles would be best, also probably the longest. Normal bullets as well might be useful just for closer, but they probably will. And as for what to search, I think checking very old Morgani-related religious avenue.
What are you saying, Cassie?
On a more mundane topic, General Stenhouse, do you know if I can get a replacement Adventurer's Pendant? Mine's kind of gone.
Oh yeah, can we
yes.
get her reinstated as alive?
Oh, yes, easy enough.
Okay.
And do you have any good suggestions for armorers? Because
Oh, you're gonna need a sword and everything, aren't you?
Cass looks down. This is what I have to wear aside from one of
You sure you want a
Rozelle's
sword, girl?
shirts.
I mean, I don't want to be disparaging, but you don't look quite as built as you did.
I can use anything you can give at me, and I am still quite built. Thank you.
How about we unleash some of those Brady boys on giving her something that she's centaur and strong, right? So maybe they can give her something that she can leverage a bit better.
I can put them to work. We'll get you armed with something to last you in the meantime.
Yeah, I just ever since everything happened, I just kind of feel weak.
Oh, you know what's good for weakness? A gun. Always assures me.
I'm
Pulls
feeling
it
weak.
out, starts
Take this
stroking it.
I would have to agree.
That's come on, fun shopping trip to the Armory General Curve. Come along. And,
Okay.
he's going to stop leaving the party with you all.
I'm gonna give a sad look at the party as we walk away.
Are you guys happy to leave those spellbooks in Lucian's care?
For now.
For now, yes. Mine. That's
Good.
all mine. That one.
Yes.
Because he has not left that room, and
I am going to
Fair
go
enough.
in there and I'm going to take a piece of paper out and write the address for Rozelle's house
okay.
in Winden and say, go here for instruction, and just kind of make it like a little bookmark I slide into what he's reading.
Yes, very
I will say,
right away.
as
It's
just
very good.
general thing, Shax wouldn't remember it, but that thing also has a lot of notes on a lot of other stuff in it.
He's gonna have all sorts of great
Uh-huh.
things
That's
to
his
read.
general book for notes.
He is engrossed.
Mm.
Yeah, you're able to make your sort of polite farewells to people and so on.
What are you doing about poor Millie?
Yeah, that
Millie's
was my
not-
next question.
Millie's not there.
Oh no, Millie ran off.
Where's Millie?
I saw her go off with De Saint Pierre before we went
Yeah,
in.
one of the military wives here.
Servants.
No, one of the military wives here will sort of smile at you, Cassie, and go, "Oh, off with the ambassador."
Oh,
Yes,
really?
Yes, promised to show her a lovely night on the town. Now the party's winding down a bit, and well, you know how he is.
Improving international relations. That is admirable.
There's a few chuckles from that group. It's one way to put it. Yes.
I'm gonna sneak over and give Saga a quick hug.
Leaving so soon.
Busy, busy, busy. I always keep me busy.
That is the way. Hopefully, those brownie families will not be my only visitors.
I would like to very much. As I look over Care, I think it would be good for everyone to come visit you once at least.
Hey,
You hopefully can come visit us as well at some point.
with your permission,
Of course, you have my permission.
then, my lord and lady. And he does a deep, sweeping, flourishing bow. I am forever at your disposal.
And I am ever at yours. Should you need me, call. And I will bow deeply and curtsy deeply and then rejoin the group.
Okay. Right, Stenhouse drags you all away from the party.
Oh man, I'm a general. I can give the Fae all sorts of freaking powers now.
Oh, no.
And no longer
Corruption
general.
at its finest.
Reassigned, it is now the Hexenriker. Wait, no, that's a bad idea. Hang on.
The sonorities, no shit.
Actually,
Hey,
I
I'm
mean,
one
the
of
only
two
sane one after
Voivods.
Gifton would be Telday or Cass.
I'm
and
He
Telday
is already in the military.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
really want to give one of the Warforged a position. There's still some prejudice. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Great, so that means it's Cass.
Congratulations.
No, Cash is still technically dead on the books.
No, you're too
You're dead.
young, Cass.
Oh yeah.
And so then it basically becomes Dingus.
No, he's the Lord of the Fae, so
High Lord General Dingus
his just head explodes at this point.
Of the bridge.
of the Cannon
No,
Bridge.
Dingus
Just give
can't
the
be
cannon.
promoted because he's a Fey Lord, and thusly
Damn.
that would be an international thing.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
we're all
fine.
out.
Officially, I'm not any.
So
Make
we're
it
going.
Eric's wife.
We're going down to
Yep. Oh god. Right. So
armory.
on the way, you're sort of approaching the gate to the facility, and he looks at you and he goes, "You serious about wanting my gods?"
No, I just really wanted to spook them a bit.
Can we mess with them?
I look over at Tilde in shock. Yes, what he said. That's what I was hoping.
Why do you look shocked? He's constantly messing with my man.
Yes, but he's on my side about doing it for a change.
Oh, just yeah. Right.
To be fair,
Lads!
most of what he does isn't really intentionally messing with anyone.
And he snaps his fingers as he's approaching the gate, and you see the two of them straighten up immediately. You know, they had that slight slouch against the wall, and they salute. And he goes, "No, don't salute me. Salute her, General Greysteel. Please address your men."
Straighten up. All right, we're gonna have no more
What?
of this pastry business. I run a tight ship around here, and I'm not gonna put up with it one more minute.
They look at each other in confusion. And then look at Stenhouse.
Lads.
Sir? I'm serious, she's a general now. Appointed by the king. They look at you.
Yeah, that happened.
There's some, like, slow, hesitating salutes in your direction.
Oh, come on, you can do better than that.
Ma'am?
Show them how it's done.
Sir, yes, sir. Straight salute.
Go on, men. Don't let the metal man show you up. Mom? And there's more snappy salutes in your direction from these...
Great, I've got more people calling me mom.
Would you prefer that I discipline them, General?
No, we're not doing that. Oh. Now you've made this awkward and not fun.
What are you both standing there for? Open the blasted gates.
Yeah, why isn't the door open?
Sorry, sir, Mom. There's some scrabbling as the doors
it's
are
fun
open.
again.
The gates are opened and you are allowed in without any searches or frisking for weapons or any of that sort of thing.
Yes.
And as you all walk in, there's a moment where you move past them, and then you hear, "Here, ain't she dead?"
And Cass is just looking back, suddenly, and just going, "Boo."
Ah, it's a sister or something.
Heard it was
No, it's her.
As you say, my lord, and you are able to make your way into the facility, which the High General leads you straight down into their equipment storage, great big building of doom. The oh crap, what is that term? Keeper of
Armory?
stuff. No, the man in charge.
Master?
Quartermaster, thank you.
Quartermaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The quartermaster, upon seeing Stenhouse approaching with the lot of you, just sighs softly, closes up his little book of logging, and opens up the door directly, and goes, "Please tell me when you're done, sir." Yes. And Stenhouse leads you straight on in. This has happened enough that he knows the deal now.
In
And
this box.
No, take it with you.
Alright, I'll start grabbing this box.
Alright, just see. Right, over. Okay, where are my keys?
This one's
No,
ticking.
Dad, where are my keys? I don't know, sir. Come open up this door. Sir, I don't have a fort. Sir, I'll go get one of the other generals, sir. He shakes his head a bit. Right, some of the more sensitive equipment get under tighter lock. But for now, Cass, let's see. Here, take this and try this for size, and he's going to start pushing a rifle into your arms.
Cass is going to look at it. Okay.
No, something shorter stock maybe. Give me that back, and pushes what seems to be a shorter rifle into your arms. It's got a larger clip on it. And so he just nods. Yes, that looks about right. Okay, this vest should give you sufficient armorage. Just grab a few bits and pieces.
Cass is actually looking around at the same time. What about that over there?
What are you trying to point at, Cass?
She's just randomly pointing at a cannon.
I
think I could lift that.
You might be able to lift it, but I don't know what you'd be doing with it.
Cass is beating people with it.
Cass going to pick it up and just hold it. It's not that heavy.
Well,
anything like this?
No. I mean, we have that. Want a team to fire a cannon for you?
But why do you need a team of people? Don't you just need one person to light it?
Then run around the front, load another one in, all that sort of nonsense.
Cass is going to flip the cannon over and look at it. I mean, it's manageable. It's a little awkward.
You want to take the cannon with you, then be my guest.
Well, there was discussion about making something. Could potentially something like this be made?
He scratches his head a bit and goes, maybe, I don't know, I can ask the brain boys, but, well, Jackson, you've made things before. What do you think?
It's certainly possible. You could probably crack it with a magical law, dude, and Jack's actually saving, then just pull out basically scrap paper and start sketching something.
If that's what you want, then yes, certainly I'll put some of my men on work on it.
I mean, we're going to be fighting something huge, having superior, overwhelming.
Might not be bad to have the smaller gun too, for close quarters.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this thing's not going to be done straight away, so you might want to have something for self-defense in the meantime.
Yes.
Right. Good. Whose keys are these, lad? General Lambert's, he wants them back, sir. Yes, of course he does. Alright, and, Stenhouse.
Oh, that's sweet. He wants them back, but I needed them.
It's only so much you can get away with, my dear.
I was like, aww.
Yeah, and, Stenhouse opens up the door and leads you into a room that's far more well organized than the stuff out there. There are lots of cases that are sealed up and so on. Right, okay. What did we come here for?
Communication device.
Communication, that's it. That's right, sorry. Look, I had a few glasses at the party. Right, yes,
I had
here
a few
we
as well.
go.
Anything interesting as we're walking through here? Carrick will definitely be looking around.
Give me an investigation check.
Oh no.
There's a golden goblet.
I want to look in a box.
Yeah, you want to choose a random box?
I want to choose a random box. Just look at it.
Right. Okay. Carrick. Anyone that wants to roll, you can go ahead and roll. Or you can just look at a random thing and I'll tell you a random thing. Right.
I'm just going to look at a random thing.
Okay. Right. So
Go Shax.
Gifton, the box you open up, This
Back in the
has
box.
Thermonuclear device.
no, not a thermonuclear device. However, what this does have looks like a kind of grenade. Only there is it looks like it's made of silver, and there's a lot of sort of inscription work on the outside of its casing.
Looks like a holy hand grenade.
Oh,
Oh, don't like that. Put that away.
what?
That's like one of those round things just explodes.
And he walks over and peers
More
in and
fancy
goes,
looking.
"Oh, that something to do with planar shifting forcefully."
Oh. Putting that back on the shelf. I have a feeling that's a banishment grenade if I ever saw one.
Today, you doing general investigation about, or you wanted to check in a random thing?
He was partly just rolling out of curiosity, but yeah, I'm just gonna look around.
Okay, you're just looking around. Right,
Look at something.
Cassie, yeah, there's a lot of boxes in here. You see a couple of rather heavy duty guns in here as well, but it's mostly just boxes of stuff. Shex and Carrick, you can see labels, and the general way this place is organized, you start to be able to tell, what in a certain area is what. Yeah, there does seem to be ammunition in here that seems to be keen to do more than just a mundane piercing. There's stuff that is supposed to be able to bypass ethereal states. There is stuff in here that can is attuned to do certain elemental damage, like the rounds themselves are inscribed. There is armor that is resistant against said things. There is a deployable mechanized unit. You don't know what that quite means, but there is a large crate. Telde, you catalog most of what you see pretty easily. 1 second. We have to open things up. How
the
dare
one
you?
box labeled Have Day.
Yeah, Telde. There is all manner of exotic arms, armament, defensive things. But what you spot that might catch your eye the most is a belt. Belt's not quite the right word. Shit, what do you call them? The harnesses. Yes. It looks like it could affix a backpack to the outside of it, but there's a harness with a whole lot of little pouches and so on on it. And what looks like to be a sort of gem on the belt of it. And it's a little placard describes this of a harness of essential items.
Intriguing.
But Stenhouse is pulling off a box from one of the shelves and opening it up and going, yes, here we go. I'm sure you've all missed carting about great big things, and he's going to pull out what looks like to be a large radio unit.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, sir.
Right, this won't be perfect, and it does have to go to a direct other receiver, which you'll have to figure out who's going to have it. But it will allow clear communication back and forth. None
To
of
continents.
Mhm.
Right, here.
Yes,
All right.
and it should break through any interference they have.
All right, so we should be able to reach. Well, I guess we'd only be able to reach you here, right? That's it.
It depends who you want to have the other one.
Oh, we can decide.
Mhm.
Oh, we could leave it with Roselle then. That'd be a good place to leave it.
You could leave it with James.
Yeah.
Also, the emergency solution, and he's just going to pull out a smaller box, which he'll sort of just hold out to the group of you. Yeah. All right, it's in here. You press the trigger on the top of it. It will I don't quite understand the science of it myself, but it creates a sort of counter disruption of magical fields, and I don't know, it's all nonsense, but should allow you to attempt a teleportation out.
Huh, so it's gonna stabilize his magic or something smart
Mm.
like that. something smart that the smart ones would say, right?
That's nonsense, is what it is.
The field.
Yeah.
Temporarily suppresses the field. Yes.
Okay.
Or
I can't say yes or no. I don't know.
Smart words. Got it.
We're gonna use it one day. It just sprays a bunch.
All right, so we'll have that in case of an emergency. All right, well that'll be good enough. Thank you, General.
You're welcome, General. Right,
I get my own office.
do you
You have an office at home, don't you?
do you want? I don't know. Yes, maybe.
All right, I don't have to do paperwork, right?
We don't typically get this like randomly assigned temporary general thing, and paperwork. No, you'll have people for
Okay,
that.
so it's just a whim thing. All right, good.
Do you want to?
Would I be able to take some C's around that?
Mm,
I could see them. I would be able to actually create some.
yeah, yes, certainly.
There is this interesting harness of essential items here.
He scratches his head briefly and goes, I will actually get in trouble if I let you take everything from here, but
I don't actually know if we need that.
wait,
but
who am
it
I
does
going to
say
get
it's
in trouble
essential.
with? I'm in charge.
Yes,
Technically, we should not require anything further than what is in this harness.
Maybe.
Otherwise, it is misnamed.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't say all essential items. It just says.
Look, I have
Some
learned to
essential
doubt the
items.
capabilities of the men that name these things severely, so don't be caught off guard if it sucks.
That isn't entirely fair assessment of some of the names of items.
I don't. Maybe that's why it's locked in here because
Yep.
it was just disappointing too many people.
One of the men once made the pot of perfect tea foul.
I bet they loved it though.
Oh, they did, yes.
I do have a sword at home that we found that is literally does no damage. It just makes it look like the person has been stabbed.
Well, that's great. So, do we actually need the harness? Because I don't think we do. Do you really want it, Tilde? Are you gonna wear it? It'll look weird on you.
No, I
I'm
just
down
thought
for
it
watching
may
you wear
be
it, though.
useful.
I mean,
I am curious what may be in these pockets, however.
why don't you try the pocket and we'll find out if it's useful.
Yes, go ahead. Try it out.
I will reach into one of the pockets.
The pocket does not unclasp. I think you have to put it on.
I'll put it on.
I will lift it up and put it on,
Okay?
and then I will try one of the
Pocket
pockets.
opens up. You reach in, and you pull
Yes.
out a pistol.
Intriguing.
Try another pocket.
Can you put it back in the pocket?
Pull out another pistol.
You try another pocket?
I will see if the pistol can go back into that pocket.
It does not seem to.
I will offer it to General Stenhouse. I believe that you mentioned preferring to have one.
Yes, very nice. I have revolvers myself, but
Did the pocket close back up after?
it did.
I will reach back into that pocket.
Let's pull out another pistol. We'll try a different pocket.
Oh, I want this to be
I
one-shot
will
pistols.
hand this towards Cassiopeia,
I really want this to be one-shot pistols. I want it shoot, drop,
We'll
shoot.
take it.
and then reach into another pocket.
And you pull out a pistol.
This is the same kind of pistol.
Nope.
Is
what?
this more to your liking?
It seems to be a heavier caliber one, but no, I prefer to sit in, again, revolvers.
Is,
Maybe one of those pockets.
is it all pistols?
I will start going through each pocket.
Okay, you go through each pocket, which there are 8 in total. You pull out 4 different varieties of pistol, which one of them is a revolver, which Stenhouse goes, gimme. You pull out 2 different types of grenades.
One of them is the Banishment Grenade.
No, looks like one.
Obviously, I just tossed that over my shoulder carelessly.
One is frag, one is flash.
Flash.
One of the pockets on the shoulder has what looks like to be a very strong kind of cording that stays in the pocket and has a hook at the end. And the final one pulls out a ration.
I'm going to be taking
This is
anything
not essential at
Kelda
all.
isn't specifically handing off to anybody, and I'm just going to start making a mess on the shelves.
Wait, did he hand off the hook that's still attached to the shoulder?
No, I don't. That's the only thing he's handing off.
That is the only thing that you're able to put back into the pocket.
I'm just making a big scattering mess out of the shelves.
I will offer the ration to Dingus, I assume.
Dingus starts chewing on it, and then actually starts eating it rather excitedly.
Move some boxes around. I'm adjusting how things are organized.
This is certainly.
Do you want to be popular here, Lady Greysteel?
Essential.
What?
I mean, there's no water even. I mean, that's surprising.
But when you're in combat, I can have this thing as something more essential than just more.
Listen, the explodey thing should be on this side of the shelf.
Yes. Well, are you taking that harness? I don't actually understand what it's for. The men are given guns.
Yeah, I'm not actually certain the purpose of that is any better for us. I think we should leave it. I think you don't really want people to be able to infinitely make guns and hand them out to the population, though. I think that would be why it's locked up, right?
I don't know. This is the requisitions room still. Do these last? I really should know about what's being done here.
I'm just saying, he pulled multiple guns out of that one pocket. If you could just keep pulling guns out of that pocket, you could field a lot of people with guns from that pocket, I'm worried.
Perhaps that is why there's so many spare weapons in the other room.
So if we were to infuse that with the star metal, would the guns then also be infused?
I don't know.
I want to leave this room. It hurts my head. I'm walking out.
Like, this is more his thing, because I mean, we've just found a broken loophole here.
Right. Take it or leave it. I don't care. Right. Stenhouse is going to start motioning for people to leave the room.
I'm gonna
while they were discussing
put it back. Okay.
Calmly have picked up 10 of each type around if he's able to.
Yeah. You can basically pick up a box of each kind of ammunition if you want.
That works.
Yeah, which you have a box. This actually, you might want to shove them in a bag or something. It's going to be quite an armful.
Yeah, I've got a quiver on me. So.
Yeah. Right, and once you are all out, he closes the door behind him, locks it, and tosses the keys to the quartermaster and goes, tell General Lambert he needs to keep a better eye on everything in there. Things are going missing. Right, come on. And he'll start leaving.
I'm following.
Right, so I guess I got permission to assign you a battalion. Do you want me to pick those people, or?
Yes. I don't know how we'd pick them otherwise. I don't know anybody.
Well, what I was thinking about doing was just taking one of our existing battalions and assigning them to you.
Well, that sounds fine.
Good. Do you have any preferences to kind, their experience? I mean, we have ones that lean more towards aerial. Some are very good at dealing with, well, places like this, buildings, urban things.
think we might need aerial people. Would that be good, folks?
18th's very good at forestry warfare, that kind of thing.
Well, this is a very big creature, so...
If it has things with it, then we might need them to do area suppression.
But we need somebody who can be very mobile, because I would hate to have a ground team caught by a dragon, right?
How about, actually, you know what? It might be a good idea for me to pick and choose some units for you. A couple of aerial mage groups, Yes. Oh, I've got an idea, Miss General Greysteel.
Oh, can you just go back to Miss? That was fine.
No, you must suffer this as much as I do.
No, but you chose this path.
Yes, I love it. Right, yes, okay. Leave it in my hands, General. I shall take care of it. Got to look after one of my new proteges.
If you weren't my favorite person in all of Winden, sir.
All of Barast, you mean? Yes.
Barast, of course.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. I'll make sure that you're alive again. He says, pointing at Cass. Get a weapon sorted for you. You know, the king saying something is happening makes it very weird. It's like, do you have to fill out paperwork? I technically no. His word is law. So I don't think I have to sign anything. I just need to go tell people that you're in charge.
Right.
Grand.
How much does does the king know everything going on?
Within reason. Nothing that would...
Because they seem very calm.
The things that they don't know are the things that would endanger certain people.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure I'm on the right page of what the king might know. Because that could be awkward.
Frankly, I think it's going to be a very rare thing of talking to him, so wouldn't worry about it that much. And if it comes up, yell for me.
Bill Stenhouse!
Yes.
How about I let you do the talking?
Grand idea. I'm very good at it.
You're the best. All right. Well, I think we've got to get some more business handled, and that was a lovely party, and I'm glad we got to spend it with you.
Yes, and I'm sure the troops love seeing their new general waltzing through here in her grand party dress.
Of course. I'm
smiles.
sure that's wonderful, and they're going to get used to that.
Yes, be creative with your uniform. That's a good plan.
Uh-huh. And, I'll have expectations for people under me.
You strike fear into the heart of me, Lady Greysteel. Right,
I am Fae, so I've got to make sure I keep at least some of the illusion up. Gotta keep them scared.
Mr. Shard.
Sorry, you can do that part. I'll do it after.
Mr. Shard.
Yes, sorry.
Well, I'm making you a living person again. Just want any name changes, anything of that sort.
The embellishments?
Not really. Why?
Yeah, while I'm at it, may as well ask.
I can't think of.
It's okay to say no. I'm just checking.
I'm just trying to think if there's anything I should change because I'm me. It's just I'm not thundery anymore. That doesn't make sense.
That wasn't part of your name to begin with, so I think we're good.
I think he was just giving you the option to get rid of a really annoying middle name if you had one.
No, I don't have any annoying names.
Right. Well then, I'm going to go do all that. You all know your way out. Please lay these.
Forward.
Yes.
Josh will actually go with him. You had mentioned if I had any ideas for the weapon thing. That's what I thought of on the spot.
Oh.
Jax will hand over a surprisingly detailed sheet of paper shit.
Alright, so I'll give these to the smart boys
Okay.
then.
So it's a thing, if they take it, good. If they don't, oh well.
Yeah, sort of fix the paper as it is. Yep, got it. And then he gives you all a little wave and sort of heads off to his office.
You have a good night, General. It was fun dancing with you. We need to do it again.
Lovely time, Stenhouse.
That's wonderful.
Wonderful evening.
Right, lead this rabble off of my base, General.
All right. Let's get you lot out.
Rabble.
Rabble, rabble, rabble.
Right.
Just shaking her head the whole way.
Now able to make your way
to-
out.
James's house, I take it.
I'm going to James's house. Does anybody want a? If you come to James's house, I'll use the tree near his house. If you want to go to Beacon, or you can use the doorway, whatever you want. Or do you want to go to the airship? Does anybody want to go to the airship?
I am
I
fine.
think I should go to Beacon and let someone know that I'm back before they do
Okay,
something
well,
incredibly stupid.
Well, there's a door at James's house going to Beacon, thanks to our dear Lord Dingus. I'll just lead everybody to James's house.
Beep, beep.
Yeah.
Am I General?
You are my second in command. Give me a kiss on the head.
Oh no.
Puff.
He's got all the ranks now. Lord General Dingus.
Dingus needs a little vest with like really oversized medals on it.
Yeah.
He'd be the step under general, which I don't.
Have you seen that shot of the North Korean generals with just far too many medals?
Yeah.
It's exactly that.
Mm-hmm. Dingus is actually not sure why I'm not under him in this ranking, because he's above me on other rankings, so not sure, right?
Colonel Dingus.
Colonel Dingus.
Colonel Dingus. All right, we'll
Are
head back.
Are you calling him Colonel Ding Ding for a second there?
No, I called him Dingus.
You head back to James's place. Which do you bother knocking? Or are you gonna just open up the door?
I knock.
You knock.
I knock.
Okay. The door is opened up. Which James looks a little surprised because you're back so soon.
Oh yeah, we only did as much as we could before Stenhouse chased us away.
Saving you from the party, I imagine. Then.
He needed us to get away.
No,
We're just too dangerous.
Come in.
Has Lucian been here?
Yes.
I'm assuming he's. Oh, is he here?
It was.
Did he?
Actually, no. He will arrive after the fact. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has not arrived yet.
So,
Lucian,
no visitors. So, how was it?
Weird band.
Oh?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of gnomes.
We're playing. It had a really neat sound to them, but it was very strange. I've never really encountered that before. It was kind of good. I liked it. We played along with them a bit.
Oh, sounds like you had a nice time then.
I hold out a very heavy thing because I'm back in it.
Well, what
God.
is this?
This is a very fancy thing that can reach all the way over to Hexenreich for talkies.
Oh,
So if we have one end and
you want me to take care of the
someone
other?
else, if you were going to stay behind, might not be bad. Or if you were going to come back and forth, might not be bad. Have you in charge of it? It's very expensive.
I suppose Wait, did you get this from the requisitions?
Yeah, there's a really neat bunch of boxes in there. I reorganized them.
He's going to actually open up the case and go. They actually let you have this?
I think they're going to let their new general have anything she wants.
Gifton is not looking anywhere for that. So, yeah, we have a battalion also going to be assigned to the cause.
I'm just taking a step back
You've
here.
been made aware of the events.
New general?
Salute. While
Temporarily-
facing her.
She was temporarily given rank to be able to justify putting things on a.
Well, I hope you do a far
Just
better job of
looks
it than
like
me.
a flower it could wilt.
He's actually going to reach out and squeeze his shoulder and goes, "Oh, well done."
Raz, may I ask you a question? And I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but just as a getting one possible case taken care of.
Hmm.
You did not let the Noran ambassador know of my bloodline anonymously, did you?
No, I can't stand the man.
Good. Okay. Someone anonymously left information, including my blood, with him. He has
Who
destroyed.
has access to your blood?
Those that would have had access would have been.
Garumph the mage.
Yes, we had
Corvus.
And
Did you give it
out
to
of-
the Lady Gentle?
that's what I was
think you
thinking. Out of character, I'm gonna make an
I-
intelligence roll because it's been long enough. I wouldn't.
Go for it.
I don't
Don't
actually.
think you did.
I don't think I did, but I'm making a check to try to remember because
I did because she specifically wanted to check out the
I
divine
can't
properties.
remember. If
I am
she
not
did
giving
for
you
me.
the answer.
I mean, and just because he didn't willingly doesn't mean she didn't find a
Well,
way
that
to do it.
and when there was the whole radiation thing, I couldn't remember if I had given her for that. So
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Okay, I didn't think I did, but
I think it's mostly just been Garumph and Corvus, honestly.
I mean,
Garumph, the old enemy.
There's technically
Your rival.
Who
Clearly.
is Garumph?
mage here in town.
They were buying dragon blood.
Oh
I'm
god,
thinking
that
with him-
kook.
Hey, he helped me find my family.
Listen, a kook can be very nice and helpful. Does not mean that they are not a little, and he sort
Not a
of
kook.
wiggles his finger beside his head.
Yes. I mean, technically, the estate in Dulvewood had my blood on the floor, probably, and other fights we have been in, but directly collected would be
Can I
purpose.
make a bad idea here though? How do we know it was your blood?
Could it not have been your father's?
Never know. On that part, it was destroyed.
Because I mean, the thing is I don't actually know how you can tell one person's blood against the other. I mean, do they taste different?
And does spell work?
Science.
Oh. I was like, can I
Well-
taste someone's blood and then taste somebody else's blood and then I'll know the difference?
If you were well trained enough, there are some species that can. Vampires in particular are very good at it.
Oh, we could have heart count check then.
Yes.
Anyway.
And want some tea?
Love some.
Yes.
Anyway, we're getting a battalion assigned to us. We've got this. I have informed them that you are, in fact, my liaison.
Who's the lem that you informed?
I don't actually know. I said it at Stenhouse a lot.
Right,
So
okay.
Stenhouse.
Good.
But you know, I said that basically I'm expecting that when we're over across the way, you'll be mostly in charge of anything if you're here, and that you're the person we expect could handle and talk to everybody, especially with the Capes. Lucian is under the direction that you are in charge of him.
Is he going to be joining me down in Beacon?
Yes.
He will probably be visiting.
He has been informed that he is a battery.
Oh.
But in nicer ways than that.
It was his own suggestion that he was a
Yes.
battery.
He did in fact accept that he is a battery.
He is a astute young fellow, apparently.
Yes, and I informed him that I'm pretty sure that you and him will be able to come up with a lot more than just following a recipe.
We shall endeavour to do our best. Yeah.
He also right now is going through my notes, and I believe yours
Check
also
notes.
checked, correct?
Yes, I know. Which
On the forge.
Jax will have that moment of recalling everything else that's written in that thing, and then not say anything.
Stenhouse
my
is
fanfics.
interested in seeing what is going to be made of things. I'm hoping, because you have a much keener idea of what Baras's army and what they might be able to do, but we should outfit some. I'm not sure if we should be making focuses or they were
What kind
suggesting
of
bullets.
battalion are you being handed?
Something custom made with some mages and various things.
Oh,
Mixed to deal
Well,
with
what
the
we
fact that we have a flyer.
well, what we should do is run some tests, small scale first. We need to find out if a firearm or a bow imbued with this property, whether it will extend to the ammunition or not. So let's decide whether we need to actually coat ammunition or whether we can just do weaponry.
That was actually a little discussion we had of melting and coating or alloying.
Yes, we don't know if what would be able to adhere.
We can
to
try
make it.
alloying.
Yeah.
Beyond that,
But-
mages. If you're going to have mages, focus is clearly a very good idea.
Mm-hmm.
We will want to see. I wonder if threading of this alloy will work in the standard issue armor.
This might not be a bad idea, but I feel like you would have a good idea of maybe some applications for it, and maybe you can direct people a bit.
If they're going to be providing you with any heavy weapons, cannon fire or so on,
There was discussions about a cannon.
Also, we need to figure out how to anchor a heaven with this stuff, so we're gonna need to save some of it.
Oh yes, well, I had a nastier idea.
Huh?
Well, most creatures don't like inhaling something that is anathema to them.
Gas bombs.
Yes, aerolized versions, yes.
Well, we know.
Although we must make sure that it is not in fact toxic to us as well.
Well, we can test it.
Sorry, player just went. We can test the poison on people.
And if you're sharing with the Barassi military, then I'm sure that you can find some test subjects.
Well, you know.
There's a few ideas.
I don't mind throwing my hat in.
We were also told of a good location to guide it to.
Oh.
Some military testing
That's
bed that we're not supposed to know about, where they tested the similar to the Noranese bomb.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, they were willing to let us maybe do that. Well, Stenhouse is willing to let us do that and not tell the king about it until it's done.
He is putting a lot of trust in you.
Well, he basically
Yes, given a very bad
is
influence.
flying on the line that the king kind of just made me a general temporarily, very aloofly suddenly. So he's kind of going, well, we can blame it on the new general.
Yes, royalty rarely accepts the blame.
Yes. Well, I guess that's what we're gonna go with. So
We could enhance one of those bombs with the material. That could also be. Although, I'll be frank, I'm not sure the repercussions of that are worth it.
Yes,
Probably not.
I'm worried about the effects of some of that stuff on something like a first dragon.
I'm worried about the effects of that after we've
On
dealt
the
with the first
land,
dragon.
Yeah.
He did say that he did not want us caught in it. I'm guessing it is very indiscriminate.
I would avoid it as much as possible, I think.
Yes, if they had something more targeted and of a different nature.
Actually,
Maybe.
ammunition's a better idea than weapons.
Why's that?
A lot more
You
of it.
want Baras to expend this material. You don't want them to keep it.
That is a good point.
Good idea.
That sort of thing can cause a lot of destabilization.
Mm-hmm.
It would be easy for someone to store ammunition for future use, however.
It's at least still a finite commodity, but it's something we should try and keep an eye on.
And I trust you to make sure only certain people get an arcane focus.
If you're going to be arming a battalion, that's going to be a little tricky, but just have to make sure that it is reacquired at the end. Do not take excuses for losses. Perhaps imbue these things with tracking spells.
Good idea.
That's a very good idea.
We don't want those. See, you're thinking all sorts of stuff we're not even worried about yet.
I'm
So
thinking of what I would do with it, so that is what worries me.
This is what you would do with it, and that's smart. So we need your insight on this. Also, well, you're smart.
No, I'm just amused by the fact that it is my conniving little mind that is letting us figure out what not to allow to happen. I'll think of all of the ways that I would make things like this disappear for later use and try and safeguard against it.
Yes, and do what you want to do with it. I say with a wink. I
Such
trust
power
your conniving
you give
little
me.
mind. Well, the General Greysteel, she's a reckless young lady, and she just loses control of everything.
That's a very good impression.
Oh, yeah, for General Greysteel, it's amazing.
Oh, General
That's good myself.
Greysteel. It's catchy.
No, it's not.
It really is.
Yes, it's a bit of a heroic name. It's the sort of thing you'd read in the book and go, wow, that person was made to be a general.
And
Oh,
unfortunately,
wow, look at the
She certainly
time.
was.
You're going to be taking over Stenhouse's position when he retires now.
No, I am not in the military. This is a temporary job.
You are indeed in the military.
You have been shanghaied.
You have an adventurer's rank. Technically, you're already part of the military.
I have a lord and lady that will be very cross if I'm suddenly inducted into the army of the Great Brass forever.
Oberon might see some humour in it.
Hope sees humor in everything.
That's my point.
Still. Sorry, just thoughts of Noran stuff.
We need to figure out, are we going to try to handle our Corvus problem before we're out of reach?
Personally, I'd
Are we
rather...
ever truly out of reach?
Personally, I'd rather like to get it sorted just to try and avoid any future
Surprises.
meddling, yes.
I would hate for him to meddle with this.
No, the further we leave him, the more power he's able to accrue.
Actually, yes, this is a good point. Once this material gets out of your hiding, it puts it into easy access for those that can get anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. And we do need this to start working on, and I don't think it's feasible for me to talk them into, hey, why don't we work on it in the Fae all the time? You will literally be driven mad trying to work on this, even when they're not trying to mess with you. It's just the nature of the Fae.
In that case, we must track him down or set a trap and bring him to us.
Trap's easier.
Actually, with your previous encounter with them, is there a way to use their anti-magiciness against them in finding them?
Finding them? I mean, you could try widespread scries and look for dead spots, but that's woefully inefficient.
Yeah.
I think baiting him out's easier. Corvus is very single-minded, and that's about. And he's not here right now to hear me say that, but he can't stop himself from going after something that he thinks he has to deal with right now. He jumped very early at getting the Vardo.
But what would be his next thing?
Well, he's going to want it back. He's probably tearing himself apart, trying to figure out, where would I hide it if I took it? It would be in the empty. No, it's in Dulvwood. No, they've got it in Winden somewhere. He's going to be tearing up any place he can think of that we would have gone because of the things that we did. So he's going to do that, and he's going to try and get into your head and my head and Cassie's head of who suggested something that the entire group went along with. I'm sorry, Telde, he's not going to try to get in your head. He seemed very intimidated by your mind. So, or he's also going to try to guess what, and I point at Roselle, he would come up with because he's our mastermind.
There's a way to avoid guesses as well. That the gentlemen are nothing if not hypocrites. They will likely have, and this includes Arde Corvus, especially that one, they will likely have some kind of location spell on this thing. The whole don't like magic kind of falls out the window when it becomes a necessity. They're probably trying to use it, but it's failing due to its current location. You take it out.
If we move it someplace where they can get to it, suddenly they're going to try to spy on it. Then they're going to try to snatch it.
Yes.
The question is if the mark that they're using to scry on is on the box or on the item. Because if it's on the box, we could put something.
I highly doubt it's inscribed on the obelisk.
Yeah, so I bet you it's on the box. We put something in, a fake obelisk. It's what, black crystal. I'm sure we could find something to mock up for it, and they're not going to get it open anyway. We'll keep it sealed. And then even if they manage to get it from us, they won't have the real thing.
Oh god, so I just had the worst idea.
What?
Do forgive me for this, but I think I know how you can very much hurt them.
No.
How?
You know, we were talking about inhalation for the first dragons.
The crystal.
Professor's a mask.
Masks are very easy to defeat. You need to stop them from fleeing, from teleporting, no?
Yeah.
Then, well, you know what happens if certain substances get into their bodies.
And they teleport, they explode.
Not only that, it should have some particularly debilitating effects on their regenerative abilities, and frankly, I think will cause far more harm than usual if it is.
I've only got one arrowhead of it, though.
That's more than enough to grind down into a fine substance.
You need to be part of the predicate, not all of it.
Have to be a very close room.
Yes.
Someplace very small.
Which does make it a particularly nasty brawl, but well, you can at least start it there.
Has this ever been exposed with other teleportation magics to make sure it's not a...
Oh, yes, it's been tried. It doesn't affect anything but their method.
Okay. I would hate
This will also affect us. We'll have to make sure we don't go into the empty for quite some time, because we would be really in.
So it is not the...
They teleport through the empty.
Going into... It is not the act of opening, it is the act of entering.
Yes.
It would tear us apart.
There might be a way around that. It's trickier. Make the powder bomb like you're talking about, but put the Vardo in like the same sort of place Corvus had it.
God.
And then put a teleportation circle under it that's rigged to the bomb. So when they set off the bomb, they get gassed, and then it immediately teleports them someplace like...
They might
overcome
traps like that.
They're easily overcome. That I just had a thought. Have one of you simulacra in the room set off the bomb.
Trixie!
There's a thump of footfalls downstairs. Hi, Gifton!
Hey, sweetie. You're gonna play a very important role coming up. I'm gonna go over and give her a hug.
A
But
bush.
I need you to answer me some. Yes, a bush. But you're gonna come over here with me and Telday for a couple minutes, and we're gonna have a nice long conversation. And there are
Hi,
no
Telday.
wrong answers, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Greetings. Are
All
you
right.
sentient?
Turing test.
I'm gifted.
Do you know what it means to be sentient?
Gifted, do you know what it means to be
I
sentient?
should say.
I don't know.
There's a brief pause and then just a no.
Good. I don't either. I look over at Telday. Please explain.
Blink.
This is where we find out Telday doesn't know sentient.
Do you have thoughts and motivations for yourself?
I am to act as
Hi,
Gifton.
I know that is an order that you are following. But do you have any free will of your own? There are no wrong answers. This is a safe place. You know that if you said yes,
No.
I would protect you. Because you are me. Are we do we believe this Telday? I'm not sure.
What would you like to do at this time?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna cast a spell for wheel and woe.
Is this?
I need some
Do I answer as if I am acting as Gifton?
No, answer for yourself.
I do not know.
Would you like an apple?
I don't require an apple.
Oh,
Tell me
unfortunately,
about
just-
your
just the
feelings
spell.
for Dingus.
They seem to ponder for a second as if, like, am I supposed to be acting as Gifton still? For going, I have no feelings.
Hmm.
Would you like me to?
Do you want me to suddenly gain sentience?
Would you like to?
I don't care.
You've been doing since you were created.
Acting as Gifton.
Explain.
I have
Well,
been
sorted
using.
Trezel's undies and
I have been using the memories that I contain of Gifton to try and emulate how she would behave.
if you had choice of what you would do, what would you do? Not acting as Gifton, acting as you.
I don't understand.
Would you want choice?
I don't want.
Herbert Telday, I don't know.
Obviously, we have to ask
What are you
the biggest
both
questions
doing?
of how many.
We're trying to find out if she's a person or not.
No, she's not.
I want to make sure it's clear conscious.
Do you think you are the first people to go through this conundrum, the philosophical question of our simulacrum, their own? The answer is no, very definitively. They don't have souls. They don't have free thought. You can't give them free thought. You try and give it to them, and the thought is you can wish them to be real people, but you can do that with a rock.
This was also the initial explanation of my people.
No. This is the initial expectation of your people. This is something. Do you realize how long the simulacrum spell has been around? Do you realize the interest the gods took in it? I mean, I can only tell you that the greatest minds I ever encountered came to the conclusion that these are not people. I don't think they're people. The gods don't think they're people. Most of your magical community doesn't think they're people. I suppose you can disregard that and make your own assumption, but that is yours. Not everything is a person, do they?
I simply do not wish to end life when it is unnecessary.
She is a construct of ice and snow and very little else. It is a tool, a creature that cannot learn. You tell her some new information, she can't use it, she can't really retain it.
Be right back.
My name is Philip. Just turning to Trixie.
Trixie nods at you.
Please say my name.
Telde.
You are Trixie, correct?
Yes. She already knew that. It's a memory that Gifton has, being Trixie.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna look at Tilde and kind of just shake my head and go, I can't prove one way or the other, but I would not cause her harm if she was a person, right? I would not be so callous. And we will take protections on her. Maybe she'll survive, and we can heal her up after.
Actually, she doesn't really breathe.
Yeah, and it's just for gas, right? So maybe she'll be okay.
She's just gonna be a little sandy.
Be a little,
I am
little
going
dusty.
to... How about we ask her whether she would be willing to do it?
All right, Trixie, as you, would you be willing to hold a grenade and pull the pin to make some nasty dust fly into faces of bad people? I know what a grenade is.
Is this from you or Raziel?
Yes, from both of us. But would you
Yes.
would you be willing to?
Of course.
Knowing that we're okay if you said no.
Yes.
All right. We'll probably need to swap around disguises then, because she can't be Trixie if Corvus is coming for her. He won't know what Trixie is. He'll come for Gifton, though.
I'm going to make the terrible suggestion that we make similar of each of you.
All of us.
He will find it very strange if it's just one of you in there.
I mean, it's pretty normal that one of us gets stuck watching something and the rest of us break off to go do a bunch of different things around town.
It is
You
quite
know him
unusual
better than
that
I.
is not done.
I mean, I look over at Carrick and Cassie. Is that not true?
It is pretty true. We have a tendency to kind of wander off on our own.
Well, if you think that is the best way to go, then that's the way to go.
But
At least in my experience, I tend to be off in pairs at the
yeah, we usually are off in pairs, so
We have
would
a
need at least
Shaxon.
one other. We do have a Shaxon, so that would work. The question is, how do
Theopia would be the most reasonable one to have stayed, given her
It is the
relationship
Vardo.
with Vardo.
Yeah, it is her Vardo.
But there is a hitch.
Yes,
She appears much younger.
Okay,
Yes,
would
and
the unusual little trait there not maybe make it seem all the more realistic?
It might, because he will assume crazy magic stuff, nonsense happened to even bring Cassie back in the first place.
And imperfect law is even more perfect in a way.
Yeah, so we make a simulacrum of Cassie?
If she'd allow it.
Or is that Cassie?
I just out of character. I just got back. I had said I was going away.
Yeah, this is literally just coming up to you on this.
I
Would
don't
you
even
be
know
alright?
what was said.
They're
Something
planning
about
on
a
making a
separate
simulacrum of you as part of a lure for a trap for Corvus with the Fardo.
Basically, we have a simulacrum of Shax, Gifton, and Cassie in one place.
Make it look like there's a legit part of the party there with it.
I guess the better question is who can stay wet.
Okay. I don't know if it's a smart idea to have two of me around, but okay.
You won't be standing by the thing. Or do you mean in general?
No, I mean just in general having
Oh,
two.
we'll be getting rid of it
Cassiopeas.
straight away afterwards. We don't want to be doing this nonsense.
Yes, we may have had some comments to us about that already.
I didn't bring it up.
Well, if it works, it works, and if it stops Corvus, because he is getting a little out of hand.
Okay, usual question.
Indeed.
What are your plans with him?
I have no plans with him.
No, the group in general.
Unfortunately,
We're not worried about your romantic intentions with him.
Wait, what?
And Raz smiles a little bit.
I think she's after Millie. Unfortunately, I think he's gone crazy.
Need I point out that so has a
Yeah.
certain dragon goddess that you're trying to save.
I know, and
It's.
He's always been a little crazy.
I think
He's
he's
actually
gone
working
crazy,
for
but I don't know how to stop him.
I
He's
also
actually
don't
working
know
for the destruction of the world, and or at the very least, for goals that are very running contrary to our own those we care about.
That's basically what Morgani's doing right now.
I
Um,
think this is not quite crazy. She was
I think this
driven
is
by
always
something
been Corvus.
under control. This is his own doing, I believe.
Yeah, I think he's always. I mean, even that night on the ship when he told me everything with the gentleman. I had a moment there where he told me he didn't even know why he was telling me anything, and I saw him look off at the sea for a moment, and I thought he was just gonna throw me in.
Talday,
Yes.
what do you think? You did just mention that you did not want to see anyone killed needlessly. What is your thought on this?
I thought we saved him when we stopped it there. I thought he was with us, but I guess the vengeance in his heart's just too deep and strong.
Empty created something of a copy. Correct?
And they chose a different thing. But it's also like part of the dreamer, so maybe it thinks different, right? Because it was put with all the same thoughts in its head, and instead of choosing to run off and put things into motion to hurt people,
I think it would be nice and convenient if it was part of the Dreamer influencing that, but I think you might have to look at the realistic possibility that the Corvus that we're pondering killing is entirely capable of that kind of goodness still as well. Or could have been. And this is not an easy decision to make.
Well, I mean, we could try to. I mean, if we can put him down without killing him, and we can hold him, then we do. But I don't know if we can contain him. I don't know how we could contain him.
You take his sword.
When we break his sword, we take his sword, we bind him.
Assuming he has not done as the Corvus that we know now has, and do that without stressing needing.
Basically, we need to do everything we can to try and knock him out, and then take what we can from him. And I hate to say it, we take his eyes.
Is there any other way to seal people magically? Sever the connection.
He's not magic. He's something else. But I'm saying we take his eyes. He can't travel the empty if he was to get a hold of something. If we take those Azoth eyes from him, he won't be able to see things.
Personally, I think you should kill him.
I'm in agreement.
I'm not sure.
Whatever it was, whatever he could be, seems that not having the support of his friends and loved ones has driven deeper. I do not think that he is able to walk back.
Could have been a moment of a rash decision that he could have come back from, but at this point...
There is one other path I was thinking of considering. Some weeks ago, well, months ago, it's hard to say at this point. That feels forever right now. Time's a mess for me.
Sometimes it seems weeks just seem to skip by.
Lady Gentle, she came down to Beacon, remember? She visited me and Corvus and then some others, and she gave me some books, and boy, I do enjoy these romantic novels that she gave me. But you should try some. They're really good, brother. Anyway, but she had me teleport her somewhere that she didn't want anybody to know about. And I think that was the second Lady Gentle that Cassie and Corvus had told us about. I think that was the other one. I know where that was, and we could go try to find her there, and maybe see if she could help us. But I don't know if they're watching us.
Not a bad idea, though.
Because I'm wondering how much she might know of what's going on, you know?
Are we sure that she would help us?
I think she accepted me sending her where I did because she wanted to get lost from people, and I was a safe place. She left her horses and her carriage and everything behind because she just was trying to get out somewhere. And
I wonder if she knew what was happening with the other one.
I think maybe she did, thinking about it back, you know? I'm wondering. And she'd be a good ally for what's going on. But I'm just worried about if I go there and Corvus I wave around using scrying people to watch me, I'd lead him right to Lady Gentle.
That's assuming he has not found her already.
And frankly, they're using magical scry methods, not that hard to defeat. You can safeguard you first.
Yeah, we'd need to safeguard anybody going.
In fact, yes, you could just send Carrick.
We could send Carrick, yeah. But if we got her, maybe she could help us come up with something to overcome or give us a glimpse, because she said something about somebody attacking the gentleman dressed as Corvus, I think she said to us.
Yes, she did.
Somebody was dressed as Corvus attacking the gentleman, and I bet you that's why she was going into hiding. So I was just thinking maybe we could get a hold of her, but also the trap's good, but we need a place for the trap, and I have no idea where we would do that.
You know, what if the other Corvus chose that the gentlemen were a liability to and have been removing them because it's...
Well, I mean, our Corvus told me in Wyndon not a few days past that, you know, if he would have totally gone after and killed all the gentlemen, he's gone on to me about a lot of people he's pretty keen on killing.
What's the tavern that Corvus found the father outside of in his little jaunt?
It would have been
the King's Mercy?
Mercy.
That's the one we cleared the ghosts out of. The Father Earl buried a bunch of bones in there and went on a weird little tangent.
It would be a very natural place for you to have things.
Are you suggesting that we would put things in place to mimic that moment?
He might think that you're trying to recreate it, you know, and to put things as they should be.
That might not be a bad idea. And we have the box down in the basement of the King's Mercy. Small basement. We can close it in airtight. Or, well, tight. And then go from there. So us staying at the King's Mercy as a group would look fairly natural to everybody. Elias would let us do whatever we wanted.
I thought part of our plans were to avoid following through on events that could
Early.
lead to that.
It's enough time to get it back out of there.
And also, we're not going to take the actual item. We're only going to take the box.
The actual item we may want to.
I was saying we could put that one in the Fey Armory for right now, and
that
then
too. That would
bring
work.
it out later. Which I've got to get a hold of Dadriel about at some point. All those things in the armory. One more list of things to do. But we should tackle Corvus first, head on. So,
yes.
how about we try and find Lady Gentle, and then we make arrangements for doing this big jump to Dolvewood. Brother, can you at all prepare some spells to help mask us from scrying?
Certainly, I will get those prepared for the morning.
All right, that sounds good. And we've taken a lot of your time.
I wonder.
What do you mean? I have all of the time in the world now.
Yes, but you should have some free time.
Don't
just
like
having
that.
to deal with your sister barging in through strange doors into your bedroom.
No, don't like the idea of free time. It's
Well, you're coming to my house then to tell stories to my children. And I'm just gonna grab
I mean,
his
I'm
hands
very
and drag
busy.
it. Story time from Uncle Roselle, children.
Okay. Are they coming with, or we just?
No, we're just ditching everybody.
Cass is following. Cass doesn't know where the store is.
The store is going to lead to Beacon. If anybody wants to ride to the airship, let me know.
One of us should probably wait. I'm guessing Lucian will probably show up.
Oh yeah, Lucian. Yeah, we should probably wait for Lucian for a minute.
Can we just sit down and actually have this tea then?
No, let's just go down and have tea. We're gonna sit and have tea.
Right. Okay. This is about 30 minutes go by before there is a shuffling outside. The sort of you hear a sort of muffled. Is this the place? It must be. And then there's a sort of rapping on the door, and
Oh no!
Raz
Wrapping
goes
up
and
the part of
opens
the
it
door.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Lucian, yes, come in. They're all here. Tea? No, let's get things underway. Why is he here? I'm working with you on things. Being glorified battery, Ventura, all that stuff. Right. Yes. Okay.
Conversation.
Well then, want to come to Beacon? It's a lovely place.
Yep, you're gonna have a lovely inn room. It's gonna be great.
Sure. Yeah. Why not? Okay. Come on. Let's
Okay.
go.
Everybody in. We're all on to Beacon.
All right. Yes, and you all jaunt your way over to Beacon.
Yep.
Well, it is getting late now.
Yep.
There's a lot of excited children. They're actually more excited to see Lucian and Raziel, which seems to perturb Raz a little bit.
I'm actually confused as hell.
Strange.
Lucian does fun trick stuff while Raz is
Lucian-
too straight-laced.
Does he have his familiar with him?
He does
I just
not.
Thought about this. Oh,
Nope.
his familiar miss seeing mom and dad.
Familiar gets to live in a noble house and have its whims taken care of. Familiar is fine.
It is actually the most doted upon creature in this world.
I know. I've seen Dingus.
I've been around Dingus. I question that.
No, it has a silver bell that it rings, and somebody comes and tries to guess what it wants.
But yeah, Lucian actually seems to enjoy performing little bits of like really simple magic for your
Trusty,
kids.
Yeah.
He's actually a fairly good little showman.
Yeah.
It's like he's had to entertain children. But you're able to get people settled into places. Who's housing Lucian and Raz?
Raz can stay at my house.
I stay at your house?
He can, but he might want to stay in the room because he says Carrick's beds are better.
I was going to say I do have a few of the special rooms, so I can house both of them.
Raz said you're going to stay at the Brooklyn household, but Lucian will happily take a nice in room and good food.
I'm going to do the arm around the shoulder, buddy. Again,
I'm
start
gonna
walking
bully
them
Raz
up there.
into bedtime story for everybody, including the adults.
And by the way, your books. Can I make copies, by the way?
I am fine with that. You will have to.
You've got some weird stuff in your book. He's going to hand you your Shaxton.
Yes, it is many of my notes.
Well, can I make copies of the relevant ones at the very least? Although, if you say yes to everything else, there's a little hopeful look on his face.
Knowledge is knowledge.
Right.
Wizard.
Okay. Well, maybe tomorrow. Yes. Well, this is a quaint town. He says, sort of following along with Carrick.
Well, we are not anywhere near the town right now.
Oh, thank God! I was going to say this is nowhere.
How far out is Gifton? I can't remember.
I am on the extreme
edge. Yeah. She basically lives within sight-ish of town.
Would you like a quick ride on Dragonback?
I'm very. Oh, okay. That's what you mean. Yes. Why not? I've
Kirk's going to.
never ridden on a dragon before.
I figured that's why I'm offering you. Kirk's gonna
turn into a
go
full
into
dragon.
full dragon and.
Okay.
Yeah. Outside. I'm gonna open the door and yell at my neighbor. Hey, keep it down out there.
You got some panicked animals in your yard, Gifton.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably used to it by now.
No.
I'm pretty sure you've done this very much, as it's been something that happened in the last bunch of weeks.
You're gonna give them the true experience. You're gonna go fast.
Yes.
Okay. When
go high and then fast.
When you land back at the, are you landing directly at the tavern or?
No, I've done it a couple of times, but it's late at night, so I'm not doing that.
You land on it. That's good. He gets down off of you, just going, and is walking away from you, sort of wiping his hands against each other. Not doing that again.
No, not at all.
But I figured I'd give you the full experience, but come this way, I will show you to my tavern.
My buttocks are kidding me now.
Hey, at least we're dragging out of the back, at least.
That's his epitaph right there.
You should be looking at him and going, you should feel my back has the weirdest sore spot.
You're able to room Lucian. Right, and
Cassie can go home.
Yeah, Cassie.
Yes, Cassie is going home.
Right, your door's broken. No, it's just unlocked. Yes, your door is unlocked. Looks like it may have been picked and left like that. But thankfully, you guys live in a fairly nice place, and
so we just closed the door.
Yeah.
Hey, at least it's better than
sending
Corvus's door that got removed and replaced.
Listen, Care doesn't know how to pick locks, you see.
I mean, no, he did effectively pick the lock. Unfortunately, it was in the method that ended up in a different county.
But yeah, you are able to go home, which I mean to you is not too much change here. It's a bit dusty in here. It's been they're fairly undisturbed.
Jess is not even waiting. She's just, Michael, can we talk?
You called out. No reply to that.
Oh my!
Want to try the more prayer method?
Yeah, because I don't have the direct connect anymore. Oh,
Brother,
Michael, Defender of the Week. I need to talk to you, Mom.
Michael's like, my mother's calling me, apparently. Right, you clasp your hands together, close your eyes, and put this little prayer out there. And moments go by, and there's no show.
They had better not have gotten themselves killed. Wait a minute. Cass is just going to stop and just go, I release my protection from angels. Michael, can you come now?
There is a fluttering of wings from behind you.
Okay, I'm turning around.
And instead of Michael standing there,
It's one.
there is the somewhat familiar form of a big Emorian angel there.
Oh, great.
Oh, great. He knows you're dead.
And do I know this one?
I'm trying to remember if you've met. You've met Yomiel. Yeah, you've met Yomiel.
Yeah, I've met.
There's Yomiel standing there, who just sort of inclines his head towards you and goes, I come bearing news.
Oh. Hopefully the good kind.
He sort of looks up briefly and goes, given the circumstances, and perhaps the best kind you could hope for, your parent was distraught about what happened to you. Their grief feeding on your brother's grief. But their mind still not entirely stabilized. It was not a good thing. And Michael was ever the rash one to begin with.
I don't know.
Please get to the point.
Most angels storming the gates of heaven does not go well. However, they are alive.
Okay.
But in holding. I think this
Okay.
is something to be thankful for. Most would have been dealt with some immediacy. But Michael's circumstances are a little unusual in many ways. You do not see, I would say you do not see any angels rise again after being cast down like that. So, as a matter of curiosity, they are kept alive, well taken care of, but without freedom.
So you're holding my mother and my brother
Not I.
hostage. Well, in general. They're
They
being held hostage.
Cassie doesn't know that Yom's
hostage?
acting rebellion.
No. Hostage would imply that there is some leverage to gain from releasing them at some point. If I had not come down here, you would likely never find out. There's to be no bargaining, nothing of that sort.
Great.
I hope that you use this information in a wise manner.
I will use the information, and I thank you for bringing it to my attention. And I shall use it as I need. I thank you I thank you for that, Yamiel.
He inclines his head a bit. It then fixes you with a glare.
And you have something to say, I will hear it.
You reek of my slain brethren still.
Could you what was that, Yuli?
You reek of his slain brethren still. Remember, you killed 3 more angels on your way out.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how I smell to them. Well, I apologize for that, but it was in self-defense, and they swung first.
Stop killing my kind. You
I
and
have no
your
intention of it.
patron.
Ooh, who's Cassie's patron?
Patron?
Whatever you wish to call him. Ringleader. Deceiver.
I mean,
Our band loves him for what he
You did
represents.
Puriel, so.
But I do not forget Puriel. For his crimes he took his wings, he should have been subjected more. That is 4 of my brothers and sisters on your group. He claims self-defense for Kushio and his team, but what of her?
Unfortunately, we didn't even know that was going to happen. And I did respond to when it happened. Unfortunately, he is far more powerful than I am, and I didn't even leave a smoldering spot on him.
Would you please, to your fellows and him, extend my polite request? I ask you this without weapon in hand, and after bringing you news that benefits you. I hope that earns me some consideration.
Consideration for what?
Never mind. You have your information. And there is a flapping of wings, and he's gone.
Great.
And that is where we're going to end this week's session.
Woo!
Right, everyone take a cool 3000 XP.
Yeah.
And we will do this same time next week.
But we defeated the Prince's party.
You did
We
defeat
did.
them. You know what? Everyone take an extra 2000.
Oh no!
You did
I thought
it.
my
And
character-
it's usual one piety.
Unusual one party. You all managed not to let the Noran assassins blow up the Prince's party yet another year.
I was really hoping somebody was going to comment like, man, this Prince's party was a lot less exciting than last year.
Alright, what happened last year?
There was an
Oh,
assassination.
Assassination, the world ended, we went back. This sucks.
Listen, this is why none of you are allowed to get too tipsy at the Prince's party.
It's fine. You know, the Norinese assassin.
I need outro
Why
music
is
I can just
Carrick
fade
looking
into
like
the
this?
stream so it doesn't just end suddenly like this.